What's going on, everyone? Welcome to After Dark, where we relive the movies that started it all. This is Steven from After Hours Video, and tonight on After Dark, I'm joined by two fellow horror obsessives who bring their own unique flavor to the table. I've got Jordan from the Movie Room and GC from Face the Movies. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
All right, so together, we're going to be diving headfirst into the 90s again. So we're exploring the slashers, sequels, and overlooked horror titles that haunted the video store aisles and defined a decade of fear. So before we get started, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And while you're at it, go grab some snacks, pour something cold, lean back. Tonight, we're rewinding to a decade where horror hit harder, stayed later, and made the video store shelves feel a little bit more dangerous. So I want to set this one off because obviously for the last live stream we did, we covered a number of iconic horror movies from the 90s. And I figured that there's no better place to start for tonight than Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Oh my god.
I'm embarrassed to say.
Oh boy.
I'm
no.
right there.
What are you about to admit?
This
Okay.
is the copy I have. Hold on.
That's
It'd
okay.
be better if I did this.
Where's your box, Jordan? Why isn't it?
You want me to go get the box? I can go get the box.
Well, at least you know what? We have a VHS, one without the box and one with the box.
Exactly.
So
there you go. Cool.
Listen, and we're just right around the corner from that 4K steelbook set, so it's gonna be all good, guys. Look
Oh,
at that.
yeah.
I can't wait.
I know. We are so close. So I just want to start off by asking you guys, like, do you guys have any like memories associated with this movie? Like, where does this fall for you as far as like the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise?
Man.
You can
Wanna
go,
take-
GC.
Yeah, okay.
Take it.
Man, I remember watching this movie. So I used to have that DVD box set, the gorgeous one, with the 3D glasses and the whole works. And I remember when I finally got to the end, to this movie, and I remember it was a whole experience for me. I was like, dude, this is crazy, because I wasn't at the time used to seeing those type of movies within a movie. Like, it felt kind of Inception like. And then, seeing the actress, Heather, like recording and all that, the movies, and I was like, man, this is like weird. This is very funky. But then seeing Freddy in that new light with that metallic looking hand, and just, I mean, dude, he looks so damn gnarly in this installment, and how much like more meaner and aggressive, and it definitely it really stuck with me. I thought it was very inventive, very creative. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely, I would say, a darker take on Freddy Krueger. That's always the element of this movie that I feel like stuck out to me. And we'll get a little bit more into it. But Jordan, what about you?
Yeah. So I actually didn't see this one until a little later. Even though I obviously grew up in the 90s and stuff. It was always the original was the one that was always played in my household and stuff. But
Sure.
when I first saw this one, well, actually, when I first heard of it, I remember I was like, wait, what? It's like it breaks the fourth wall. Is okay. I was very confused, and I was like, I gotta see what this whole thing's about. And that's one thing I think that is so creative with this film. And Wes Craven has kind of reinvented himself throughout his whole career. And this is another one he did where he just had a great idea of, hey, let's play upon the actual actors and even bring Freddy Krueger in, the actor who played him, and have a whole thing where they were like at a talk show. I specifically remember the talk show scene and seeing him come out, and I thought it was the weirdest thing for the longest time. But it's definitely a really cool and creative take on the whole franchise in general. And I think it's really cool that the whole idea of bringing her back to play her again, it's just really, really cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely bringing into place. Obviously, we're bringing back Heather Langenkamp after Dream Warriors, and then we get Robert Englund back as Freddy. Obviously, this incarnation of him is very different, but you get a lot of familiar faces in this movie that kind of harken us back to some of the original ones.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to say what's up to everyone hopping on, joining us. How's it going, Alexander? And we've got Steven. What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? I love seeing the regulars, man. Like it makes me feel
Mhm.
like we're doing something good when when we have these people come up and show support.
I love seeing
We're doing something right.
Yeah, man.
we've got a good group of friends hopping on for these live streams. Got Phil. What's up, man?
Phil.
What's going on, Phil?
We got Aaron joining us. What's going on, Aaron? How are you
Hey,
doing?
hon. Thank you for watching.
All right. So, okay. So let's kick it off. So we obviously talked about New Nightmare. We know that this movie is one of the more iconic movies that came out during the 90s as far as horror goes. So as far as with New Nightmare, how do you guys think New Nightmare changed the rules of horror by pulling Freddy into the real world? Like, was that concept for you guys, like, did it work on some level for this movie? Or what was, I mean, it's a very meta take on the character. So where does that kind of sit for you guys?
Oh, you want to go, Jordan?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Man, I was gonna say, so I think it's like what Jordan was saying about breaking that fourth wall, but also, I mean, between all the serial killers out there in these universes in film, Freddy's the one that, to me, it's like most scariest because he gets you in your dreams. So bringing him into the real world, like the way they did, it's like you have this iconic character that could actually get you either awake or asleep. I mean, that to me was very smart. It was very different, edgy, and just, I mean, he was already a very dark being with all the things he did, being as a human, and then also obviously being like this type of dream demon. But then
Yeah.
you turn him into something more with this film. So I think they really elevated it. They tried something new, and yeah, I mean, for me, it stuck, man. It was creepy as hell.
Yeah. What I think was cool is kind of GC touched on is the idea that now he's crossing into the real world. So he's a completely a different threat than he was in the other films. I mean, he's like an ancient evil being at this point. And I think a big thing that this film did, especially for the 90s, is it honestly kind of laid the groundwork for Scream. It was his
absolutely.
early kind of his
Like,
test subject for Scream.
like the
The whole
prototype.
the meta concept of the whole thing. I think that's what New Nightmare was, and because that succeeded and did pretty well, he thought, well, I can take this further, and let's go ahead and go with Scream. So,
Yeah.
I know people say that Scream really defined the 90s, in which it did. It really brought the slasher genre back to modern audiences, but that wouldn't happen without New Nightmare whatsoever.
Yeah, and I think that you see a lot of like the framework that was incorporated into Scream, obviously a couple years later on, after this movie came out, and it's just there's something that's just so sinister about this take on Freddy. I feel like it falls a little bit more in line. Would you guys agree with like almost Nightmare on Elm Street, like 1 and 2, like almost 2, because it's just he's like not really the wisecracking Freddy that you see in the later
Mhm.
sequels.
Yeah.
Um, like, and the idea of it being very, very, like realistic. It's kind of like what we would always worry about, like walking away from these movies and this stuff actually going down, going down in real life, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's no
Yeah.
longer on a TV screen.
No.
He's actually going after the actors that were in his very own movie.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that is a whole new threat to the character of Freddy.
And you touched on the fact that it's no holds barred now because we have an angrier, darker Freddy without the being restrained in your dreams.
Mhm.
Like this guy, there's no stopping him at this point. Honestly, I mean, I think that this Freddy against Jason would have been a totally different movie having this guy fight off compared to the wisecracking one. But
For sure.
yeah, it's definitely scarier, man, because it's just, I mean, you even see it in the cover. I mean, he just looks like something else. Like it's not the Freddy that we're used to.
No, and it's definitely like the overall look to him in this movie is very threatening, very violent. And I think that
Yeah.
that's like the thing that really stands out to me about this movie. Just like I guess despite how you perceive this movie, like as far as within your rankings, but I definitely like what it did for the Scream movies going forward and kind of how it laid down the groundwork. Now, would you guys consider New Nightmare the true end to the original Nightmare on Elm Street saga then?
Not for me.
It's
I
kind of its own thing. I
yeah.
always thought
Yeah.
it's kind of like to quote, like to talk, like, reference DC. It's like an Elseworlds story.
Yep.
That's how I feel it is for that
That's
one.
a great way to
It's its own
put it.
offshoot. It's its own thing. It's good. I'm not saying it's not, but as far as the main continuity of the franchise, I would put this as its own thing.
Yeah. Like Wes Craven's like I feel like he reimagined his own like type situation with his own franchise. But do you guys feel that if, let's say, they did the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the second one, and then the New Nightmare instead of all the other ones, like, do you feel like that would have been enough for the franchise?
I mean, that's tough because I think that I'm happy with what we got,
Yeah.
because we got many different iterations of Freddy Krueger and how they evolved his character. I mean, you get everything ranging from like his iconic first appearance in the original. You get the more sinister version of him in the second one. And then it was like from the third one on, it's like you're almost playing with like the borderline, like kind of like the dream world and like the fantasy elements like that come into play with it. By 4 and 5, I mean, you're leaning so heavily into like the MTV influence. He's kind of like an icon at that point.
Yeah.
So if we didn't have that, I don't know. I mean, what would have separated him really that much more compared to a lot of the other like slasher icons that were coming out around that time?
And would he be who he is today? That we know Freddy is? No, I don't think he would, because really the popularity of Freddy and kind of what he became known as is 3, 4, 5 and onward.
Mhm.
So if we got rid of those and did 1, 2 New Nightmare, I mean, yeah, he'd be a great slasher villain, but he wouldn't be near as kind of the standout villain that he is today.
Yeah, it's true. It is true, man. I mean, those movies paved the way to make him that icon. Because
Yeah.
if it would have ended with this one as like the third one, I don't think he would have stood a chance against Friday 13th, Halloween franchises. He would have just kind of been like, oh, it was great, but we didn't get
Yeah.
that comedicness.
You wouldn't have gotten the character to become like more developed.
Yeah.
And, there's obviously, I mean, we get a little bit of the backstory to his character. And I just like that kind of with what Jordan was saying. It's like an Elseworlds tale. It's the line between reality and film that's being blurred with this one. And I don't know, I can appreciate it for that. Just wanted to say what's going on, our life in horror. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We got Steven said, can't wait to watch this franchise. I've only watched the first film and the remake. Well, you got the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Alexander said, yep, I have not revisited any of the others apart from 1, 2, and New Nightmare. Like Casey Becker said, the first was great, but the rest sucked. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, like when I sit down, regardless, how badly I want to sit down and watch the first one, I'm always obligated to marathon and binge watch all the other sequels with the same with Friday the 13th or Halloween. It's just kind of part of I don't know, just out of habit, I guess.
It's a must, man. It's a guilty pleasure because, I mean, even the second one, right? Like all these different films, obviously with every franchise, there's some that are stronger than others. There's some that we wish they completely went a different route. But I mean, we could all agree that they're so much fun, and especially Freddy's character himself. Like, I mean, as he gets a little more crazier and zany throughout the films, it's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Now, with the darker, more like a demonic redesign of Freddy, do you guys feel like that was effective or too far from the character's original appeal? I mean, we obviously know him kind of defined by those original films and his iconic look, but what did you guys think about that side of things?
It was an interesting, and to me, the way I saw it is it kind of harkened back to 1 and 2. It was kind of a nod back to the original. It makes sense. I mean, they brought back the actors from those films anyway, so they kind of not only brought them back, but also brought that archetype of Freddy back. That makes any sense. Less of the wisecracking, hilarious kind of Freddy.
We got a super chat from Phil. Thank you so much, man.
Phil, the
Thanks
man.
for joining us.
What's up, Phil? Thank you.
What a legend.
Dude, so awesome, man. To touch on what Jordan said, it is true. It's like they've made him so much darker. It's just to me, I think that the trench coat and the hat was an interesting choice. I didn't hate it, but the glove itself, like the way it looks, I wish it looked a little bit more beat up and less like cyborg-ish.
Yeah, it does have a look like that to
it.
It
has a little Terminator look to it. Yeah.
There's the Jason X type feel to it.
Yeah.
The precursor.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now, obviously we know the movie blurs fiction and reality. Do you guys think that made it scarier or more distancing for audiences when they were seeing this movie?
I think scarier, man, because
yeah. I think the idea of he, like we've already said, he escapes the whole, he's trapped in dreams. That was the way he got you, was through your dreams. The second one kind of blurred that line a little bit, by showing up at the party. But this one, I mean, it's, all bets are off. He's out there. He's going to come get you regardless, asleep, awake, what you're doing. You are a victim regardless. Like he's going to get you.
He's going to bust through that door like the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah.
There's no stopping him. Yeah. I will say, I mean, I think that the idea of him going after Heather's son in the movie played by Miko Hughes, I think him going after Dylan is definitely kind of her character. If we're this movie's obviously taking place in reality, but having her be so vulnerable and have her son a target of basically this version of Freddy is very terrifying. So obviously I think a mother would go through and through to protect their child. But now, do you guys remember seeing New Nightmare in the video store shelves, or like realizing Freddy looked darker and more demonic on the cover when you guys initially saw this, or what was your exposure to this movie?
Man, to me, it was getting the box set. So a buddy of mine, and this was when I was already like 14 years old, 15 years old. And my neighbor, he was like 3 years older than me, and he was really one of the people that got me into like collecting hard, right?
Okay.
And I remember going to his place, to his parents' place, and going in his room and seeing the box set. And like Jordan said earlier too, that I mean, I was used to seeing the first one a lot on TV.
Yep.
The alley scene where his arms are extending. That's what we always have got used to.
So creepy.
It is, man. It's especially that type of Freddy where he's like mean and angry and not as funny at all. But then I remember seeing the box set with him, and I remember going through it, and there was a lot of the movies at the time I hadn't seen yet. And when I saw the New Nightmare at the end, I'm looking at it and I was like, what is this? And he's like, no, you got to watch all of them and then get to it. But man, what a, like, yeah, like it was such an incredible experience. I never saw it in the video store. For some reason, they never had this one. I always saw the first like 2 or 3, but all the others, I never came across them. But it wasn't until then, until my neighbor pretty much, he showed it to me.
What about you, Jordan?
I remember seeing it in the video store for sure. I remember seeing Freddy and I thought his makeup looked weird. It's a completely different take on it. It's almost, and I always thought as a kid, it looked more, maybe plasticky, I guess is the best way to describe it on the cover than when I saw it. But it wasn't till very recently, the box set, that I really kind of dove into it. I knew the story of A New Nightmare, the basic concept of the whole story. But as far as watching it, it wasn't till pretty later in life that I actually watched it.
I would say, I don't know about if it's like this for you guys. I feel like this is the one, like Freddy's Dead. I don't find myself coming back to that one as much. I mean, if I'm like binge watching them, obviously, like I'll watch them in order. But if I'm like individually going back and rewatching one, that's usually probably lower on the list. This is like another one that I don't feel like I get to come back to as often. But when I do revisit it, I can appreciate what Wes Craven was going for, and the fact that he was able to get a lot of the core cast back kind of grounds it in reality in a lot of ways. So um yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like it was definitely one that was fun to revisit. Now, how do you guys think New Nightmare felt to someone who grew up renting the earlier sequels? Would this for them be a return to fear or too much of a departure from what they might know?
Man, that's a good question because I like Jordan said earlier too. I mean, this is its own thing. I mean,
Mhm.
to me, it's like the concept is scary as hell, but I don't know. It felt more like it was so new, breaking the fourth wall and stuff. It felt like a bit of the departure to the originals, right? Because this was more of like, oh, this is something different. This is new, and it was more distracting instead of like the original chemistry and the story and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, dude? Thanks for joining us.
What's up, man?
Yo,
Yeah, that's a difficult one because I feel like it could be both in a weird way. Yes, that darker take. I think that if people watched them all, really loved the first ones, but knew about the later, 3, 4, 5, all those,
Yeah,
knew those, and then but they preferred the original. They liked the really darker side. Then they went and saw New Nightmare. They'd be really happy with it. I think that, like, oh, this
for
is
sure.
finally kind of returned back. But I think if you just watched 1 and 2 and you saw this, you would kind of be taken back. Like, it, like GC said, it is definitely it is a departure. Um, so it's interesting. I don't know. That's a hard answer.
Yeah, I think that it feels like a good way to wrap up the Nightmare on Elm Street saga because I mean you're obviously independent on if you roll in Freddy versus Jason into the mix as well. But I have to say, as like a whole, the franchise, I mean, it's very diverse with each one of the entries. But speaking of that, so we're actually going to switch gears here. So I've got another one. This one is a
oh,
90s classic through and through. And
Steven.
yeah.
I was gonna say one thing before we switch over,
Oh yeah.
and I had to share it with you guys. I looked at a review for New Nightmare, and I just had to read this one to you.
Oh,
This guy said,
go for it.
I hate this film with a fiery passion of a billion suns." And
Wow.
dude, I lost it, and I had to tell you guys like that's
Man,
Listen, teach their own, but I don't know if I hate any movie that much.
if you have hate in your heart, let it out. My goodness.
Jesus
dude,
Christ,
a
man.
passion of a billion suns like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
It must have struck a chord with whoever it was.
They probably like Halloween Resurrection. So I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
That's all we need to know.
yeah. But sorry, man. Go ahead, brother. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
no, no,
Man.
no. So, um, obviously, this is considered an iconic 90s horror film, almost in a lot of ways. I would say a psychological thriller, and there's no other better way to put this movie than The Sixth Sense by M. Night Shyamalan. So,
Mhm.
uh, break it down. I think you guys. I don't have this on VHS, so
There
I,
we go.
Hold on.
I'm tagging in for the assist.
M. Night Shyamalan.
There we go.
Is that the 4K Blu-ray?
Oh, this is the 4K, man.
4K's crispy.
But I do have. I have the
Steven,
VHS down there. Anybody got the VHS?
No, throw it on up if you got it.
yeah, dude. So we covered 4K Blu-ray. We're gonna have the VHS. Steven, tell me you have at least the DVD.
I don't have I swear all I have is the 4K.
Damn it. No, I haven't. Is it good? Is the 4K good? I heard.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
There
There it is.
right
oh,
underneath.
There she
perfect.
is, right here. Oh,
Yeah.
and check this out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
Oh.
got Blockbuster sticker on it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I grew up watching this movie all the
So,
time.
okay, because obviously, we talked about a handful of iconic horror movies in our last video. Where do you guys think this one stacks up? Is this like top tier when we're talking horror movies from the 90s? Or where would you
Uh,
put it? Or I guess rewatchability as well.
Well, I think it has high rewatchability. I love this
Yeah.
movie.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of in its genre of its own. You can't really put it with like, well, I won't. I'm not going to talk about the other films that we were talking about tonight, but as it's weird because it is a horror film, but it's also got that slasher thriller element, or not slasher, I'm sorry, that thriller suspense element to it that is not just horror. So I mean, as far as if we're looking at like a thriller horror film, I think this ranks pretty high. It's hard because I feel like it is a horror film, but it's such a different horror film than, let's say, like we just talked about, A New Nightmare, where it's very slasher. This one's more like, a 90s was big with like the comedic slasher, having a lot of fun. This is just kind of just dread, this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it kind of stands apart from all these. But for me, I think it has a high rewatchability.
I think there's a lot of details that you can pick up on repeat watches. I think that's why I come back to this movie. Even when we got the 4K, some of the little details that you really pick up on, obviously outside of the twist, really keeps you engaged in this movie. And across the board, I mean, the character performances are really strong. The direction, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan was firing on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would argue that this is probably, what would you guys say, like his magnum opus?
Yeah, I think so for sure, man. At
You
least for
know?
me.
Yeah.
Like this was, I mean, between all the acting in this film, I mean, the story, the plot twist, I mean, I remember watching this when I was younger, and it was one of those movies out of anything I've ever seen that plot twist just got me, and it
Mhm.
always stuck with me. And I
Mhm.
mean, this is why this is one of the 90s like best type of like horror thriller, like suspense type films, man. Cause I mean, it's iconic. I mean, MTV, all these spoofs with Scary Movie, like he did such a good job that throughout the last 10, 15, 20 years, like it's still talked about.
Yeah. I mean, you even got a young Toni Collette in this film.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, such an iconic actor or actress,
Yeah.
even today, right? I mean, her and horror are kind of like synonymous, right?
Yeah.
She
But
delivers in this one.
she definitely does. And I think too, what's so great about this film, and we talked about rewatchability and things you catch up on, like the use of color, I think is a big, big part of this film. And that's one of the things I notice if you pay attention to color, and that's kind of a thing with M. Night Shyamalan. Like with the film, not a lot of people like, but The Village, the
Mhm.
color is a big kind of
Yeah.
central theme to that. So that's what's really cool about M. Night Shyamalan films, and especially The Sixth Sense in general, is he has certain elements in each movie that if you go back and watch it, like you said, you can catch on. You can, what am I trying to say? You
Like
can, you can,
pick up
you
on.
pick up on them.
Yeah.
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 And you can start making connections within the film. Like, oh, I didn't catch that last time, but that makes sense because this is this, which causes this, whole thing. So, yeah.
It's an interesting movie because on a surface level, it's almost like a ghost story. But if you go a little bit deeper, I mean, it's a film that really deals with like communication, connection, isolation, loneliness,
Hmm.
um, death, grief, acceptance. There's a lot of like heavy themes that are tackled in this movie. And I don't think like on that first initial watch, you really pick up on a lot of this. But on rewatch, once you actually know the twist, then it's like, okay, well, I can examine this movie on a number of different levels to really appreciate it. Now, what do you guys think makes the twist in The Sixth Sense so effective, even for audiences who might have suspected something was, I guess, off?
I think it's the build up, man. I mean, that's the thing. It's like there's little breadcrumbs throughout the film,
Hmm.
but it still kind of throws you off because you're so distracted with everything else going on. I mean, all the other ghosts and apparitions and stuff. And it's just Bruce Willis delivers it in such a way, like he's so convincing that, like the way he acted, like he had no idea he was dead, right? I mean, it's just he nailed that role. Um, but like one thing I wanted to say, but like the slight sidetrack about this film, like dude, the rewatchability on this is fantastic because you could watch this movie with like different set of eyes every few years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such an introspective film that depending on how you're feeling that day when you watch it, you'll see something different. And you'll pick up something different.
It definitely resonates with you. I mean, I think that out of all of his movies, there's something that lingers about this one. I mean, and that's not to say like, I always think in the conversation, I mean, you could bring up, Signs or The Village or Unbreakable as some of like his early achievements, but I definitely think that this is the one that it's like you walk away from this movie and you're left with a lot to think about, really.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now Haley Joel Osment's performance is often considered one of the greatest child roles in horror. What do you think about it made his performance so powerful?
I think his face, man. Like, and I know it's gonna sound like stupid.
He's got a good face.
Yeah, something about his face. I don't know what it is. Strange Stepbrothers, but yeah, I think it's his mannerisms, like his expressions. I mean, you could have so many kid actors out there doing the exact same scene and role, but just the way his face delivers it, like his eyes, right? Like it's all in the eyes, man, and he just nailed it. Like I couldn't picture anybody else doing that role.
I think. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, but I mean, would you guys agree that he is equally as important as Bruce Willis's role?
Oh, hand in hand, yeah, man.
Oh, well, it's funny because if you watch the film, the whole idea, right, is Bruce Willis is this therapist, psychiatrist that is helping this kid because he's depressed because he's suppressing all these emotions and feelings because he has this sixth sense. But what this movie does so brilliantly is it kind of really what's going on is it's in reverse where the kid is helping Bruce Willis realize his fault and everything that went on with him. It's just like the little things. One of the things in the movie, he kind of encourages Bruce Willis to talk to his wife, and there's that scene where she's sitting down watching their wedding video and he finally gets to talk with her. And one of the things you do really start to kind of catch on that something might be up is when they're talking, she starts getting cold, right? You can see her breath. And, but it's funny because if you watch for the first time, at least I didn't see the twist coming at all.
No.
Yeah.
But back to Haley Joel Osment, I think too, the way that kid speaks, he sounds like an adult when he talks.
Yeah.
He's so good at articulation with his voice. And I think he's a very complex character. And I think he does such a good job at handling that type of role.
I think if they had gotten a miss on the child actor that played this role, I think that could have, I mean, it might not have really delivered the way that it did with him kind of behind in the driver's seat. But yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, his performance definitely sells the idea of just how terrifying this gift is that he has. And, I mean, we've all been there as a child. I mean, there's weird sounds you hear in the house, little things like that, or, someone's knocking on the door, or you see a scary movie, like it lingers with you so much more than when you're an adult. I mean, and this kid's over here, seeing people that have passed on or not necessarily passed on just yet. But
well, I mean, come on, you can't tell me when you're younger, because how old were you guys when this came out?
Man,
this came out what year?
99. So I was like 12, 13, I think.
Okay.
I would have been 9.
Okay. So watch this movie, then as a kid, get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom.
Oh, dude. Even as an adult, I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Turn on the hallway lights as you're going up.
Just run down the hallway.
Yeah.
Just
no, seriously. I mean, and there's some scenes in this, like, fortunately, when I initially saw this, I didn't have the twist spoiled for me. I just remember there were so many friends of mine that were talking about it. Their parents let them like rent it, or, they had a chance to watch it with like, friends of theirs or family or whoever. They were just like, oh, it's that's all you heard, So, but it's pretty crazy though. This film definitely, there's some parts in it that like kind of shake you to your core. Like obviously that's what it's intended, but it's still unsettling, you know.
Bathroom scene, like, I mean, yeah, no,
Oh
it's,
well, that the mom poisoning her daughter,
yeah,
and then you finally see the tape and see the father start to realize what really happened.
Yep.
I think the birthday party scene as a kid scared me the most.
yeah,
Where he gets locked in.
Yeah, and then you start hearing the that voice in there, and he starts
Yeah.
freaking out.
I think that I mean, you could also make a case, because I remember when the first time I watched it, the scene when they like actually, well, you get a glimpse at what's going on in the very beginning with what happens with Bruce Willis's character and his wife, and that whole like tragic sequence that takes place. And I believe it's Donnie Wahlberg
yeah.
who breaks in, and it's just, I mean, that's just as scary, right? I mean, obviously, like the ghosts are, you know, a big part of it, but something like that happening, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and what's so cool too is Donnie Wahlberg's character is, and I think that's why Bruce Willis's character is so adamant with helping this kid, because Donnie Wahlberg's character is a result of him failing as a therapist, because Donnie Wahlberg's character was able to see dead people.
Yeah.
You know? And so he had that urge to help this kid because he saw what that end result is.
Yeah, to make things right, essentially.
Yeah.
What's up, Anomaly?
What's going on?
You know that the one thing too that M. Night got right with this film is playing with everybody's like everyday fears. I mean, between the dark, between being in a, like you said, Stephen, being locked in a room or something, and just hearing a voice coming from the dark, or the fact where we have an existential crisis where sometimes, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've had that thought in the past where like random, I don't know if because this movie planted the seed, but there's been times where I'm like, what if I died or something? And I'm just like wandering around and like, this is something else.
You're just stuck.
You don't know you're dead.
Yeah, exactly, man. So he pulled all the right strings to make people feel the way they did. And the fact too that he did it in such an elegant way, playing with atmosphere, playing with the dark. And there was times where you didn't need to see the ghosts, and just the conversation alone creeped you out. Like when I see dead people line, I mean, just something that's simply delivered like that to give you goosebumps. I mean, it's incredible.
What's up, Dave? I'm so glad you're here joining us.
What's going on, Dave?
He said the great writing and storytelling pulled you away from thinking that there was a twist.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though, is that I feel like if M. Night Shyamalan didn't have like top tier storytelling in place and kind of all the twists and turns, I think that final payoff wouldn't have been as effective. So it's definitely, you know, like I said earlier, I mean, he was firing on all cylinders, you know, when leading up to when he released this movie. So let's see. So now, in what ways do you guys think that this movie explores grief, guilt, and communication as much as it does horror?
Well, you have Toni Collette's character, and she's not only dealing with her son because she doesn't know what's going on with him, but secretly you get to the root of the problem is with her mom. She thought that, you know, her mom didn't love her son. It was, she had a lot of resentment against her mom, and it was very deep rooted from a child, because if you remember, Haley Joel Osment's character said, you know, I talked to grandma and she said that she saw you at your ballet recital.
Mm-hmm.
It was that, and that's a very, very powerful scene in that movie.
It cuts deep. There's a couple moments in that where it's just, you know, obviously that there's the horror elements, the psychological thriller aspect of it, but I would definitely say that there's the emotional anchors that you have in the movie that really kind of hit you hard.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks again for coming to hang out with us, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Like I said earlier, man, like it's so awesome to see people coming back. Looks like we're doing something right if people are having a good time.
We got the PP dangler in the house.
I was trying, dude, I was trying not to laugh. That is brilliant.
No, but thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we try not to hate on movies like that, or, you know, we just we're here to hang out, have a good time, reminisce over some of our favorite movies.
Man, it's a fun hobby, man. Like I think that's what it's about, right? Community, hanging out, talking about these films, what we liked, what we didn't like, but not being complainers. Because in the end of the day, we're grateful to have these movies.
Oh, 100%. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like the goal was obviously for all of us just to hang out, connect.
Yeah.
We obviously do like a lot of overlap with each other's live streams and stuff that we have planned. So it's just always a
Yeah.
good time when we're hanging out. All right. So was this the kind of movie you guys feel like immediately you recommended to friends after renting it, especially after you knew the twist?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think the big thing is you always, the reason you, if they don't know the twist, that's the reason you give them, recommend it to them, because you want to hear what they thought of the twist. Right.
The best feeling is being associated with you being the one to show them that.
Watching them,
Yep,
as they're
the
watching
reaction.
the movie. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
they see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always remember I would always put my friends onto like Memento back when that first came out and just everything playing in reverse.
Oh
And
yeah.
Oh, I've never
once
seen that.
everything clicks, oh my gosh, it's just
I need to see that movie.
You haven't
so
seen
good.
Memento? Oh man,
No,
you're
I
in
haven't.
for a treat.
You got to put that on the watch list.
Well, Umbrella's supposed to be releasing it, so
I can't wait for that. What's
Yeah.
up, Eli? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, what's
up,
up,
man?
buddy?
And let's see who else we got.
Possible
Slime-
future guest for
Slime
some
and
Rewind?
Slashers. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We got a lot of reoccurring faces on here. Some new faces.
it's awesome. Awesome to see.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's,
What did so? I mean, all these years later, do you guys still feel like this movie is just as effective as the first time you saw it?
I think it's better now that I see it differently now, right? I mean, this is one of those movies
Mhm.
again that you could watch every 5-10 years. I mean, they say that the normal like human being, like from adolescence to adult, we change every 7 years. So our personalities are different, our tastes are different. This is the film that as we get older and we mature more, you look at it with that new sense like of life and you see the grief, you feel it, you understand it, compared to when I was 13 and I didn't know nothing about grief. I think the most was like losing a toy or something. You're like, oh man. But yeah, this
Yeah.
definitely, it's one of those that it still holds up to this day. I mean, I wouldn't change a single thing. I think any little thing they would have changed, either Bruce Willis, Tony, or Haley Joel Osment, like it would have been a different film.
For
But
sure.
yeah, it holds up, man. It's perfect in every way.
Okay, so, and I'm curious your guys' thoughts on this one. So, do you guys think the success of The Sixth Sense helped pave the way for more serious or prestige horror in the 2000s? So, wouldn't quite say it's like, we didn't really have the elevated horror that a lot of us know. That was more in the, what would you guys say, the 2010s when that became more prominent. But did you guys think that this paved the way for more serious horror?
I mean, the others. That's
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
another one that's almost the same type of recipe.
Yeah,
And then
I agree. I
let's see.
second that one.
Yes. And then how did The Sixth Sense fit into late 90s rental culture? So we obviously had alongside other mainstream horror hits like the Blair Witch Project, Event Horizon, Deep Blue Sea. Where do
Oh,
you guys think that this kind of stacked up?
Yeah.
This one, I think the biggest thing for this is, so this is really what put M. Night Shyamalan on the map. I mean, this was huge
dude,
in
yeah.
the 90s, in the late 90s, even into the early 2000s. I mean, I could see this movie's probably rented a ton, and it was a lot of it was, like I said, recommendations, which caused people to go out and seek this movie out. I'm sure this was a really good seller at a lot of video stores back in the day.
Especially when I know whoever did miss this movie somehow, when Scary Movie came out, it made fun of that I See Dead People scene.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure people were wondering, like, where the hell is that from? Because obviously they're ripping off all these movies. And I mean, dude, this was everywhere, man. Like, it's hard to top a movie like this in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It set the bar really high.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys consider this his best movie?
It's all about the visit. You don't like the freestyling teenager? Come on now.
Oh man, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I think personally, I think this is his best film.
Yeah.
It's close second is Signs.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that movie is the 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 family dynamic in that movie is incredible. But yeah, I think The Sixth Sense definitely holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
It does, because I think that was the exposure that I got to more of those horror movies that had those twists. Like I don't think back then you really had as many of that. But then GC, you were talking about the others. I mean, that's another great example in
Yeah.
that
Well,
very similar vein.
well, there's What Lies Beneath, but I don't remember when that one came out. But it
The
feels
early 2000s.
yeah, but I mean, it's very similar. Yeah, 2000 came in year 2000, so very similar with the whole twist, the way it's shot. I mean, it seems to follow the same outline as The Sixth Sense.
For sure. And Dave was saying, once you know the twist, you see different things each time it's watched. And
Mhm.
it's so true. I mean, even when we got the 4K last, what was it? I think it was in the fall last year,
Mhm.
when both that and Signs came out, man, there was just so much that I was picking up on. And just, I don't know, you're definitely seeing it through a different lens, watching all these years later.
A movie I could say right now, a modern movie that I think we all just saw that we could relate to this type of film is Weapons. Totally different subject line, but
Yeah.
it's a type of movie just like this, like just like The Sixth Sense, where after you know what's going to happen, you could revisit this movie 2, 3, 4 times, and every single time you're going to start catching more and more.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's funny too. I saw Steven from Movie Odyssey. He was talking about seeing the trailer on DirecTV, like the pay-per-view, and I remember that. Like I remember seeing those trailers and creeping me the hell out.
And he's Steven saying, I think Sixth Sense and Signs are his top two, and depending when you watch it, either could be swapped for first place. And I throw it off to you guys. I mean, where does this rank for everyone in the chat? Where does this rank for you? Do you guys consider this one of his better movies, or are there other ones that you feel like beat out the Sixth Sense?
I'll tell you though, like you said, depending on when you watch it, The Village, to me, that's a fall staple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The cornfield, the crops that they're in with the crop circles. I mean, it screams fall for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, so Dave was asking, was it bigger in rentals or box office? That's actually a great question. So
I want to say rentals, man, because I think after people heard how crazy the twist and all that stuff, I think it might have picked up more rentals, but this is just me guessing.
So I have the box office numbers. It made 672 million at the box office. Rentals, it actually made 72 million. So
Oh, wow, okay.
It was definitely bigger box office.
Yeah, definitely by a long shot.
Well, but you have to think too. We're in the mentality of how box offices are ran now, which it's only a 2-week run at the the
less
earliest,
than a month, man.
Yeah, and then it starts getting direct to TV or streaming. Back then, I mean, these movies would run for a couple months more.
I mean, now before the movie comes out in theaters, like usually, like with Weapons, a week before they already announced the release for the steelbook. It's crazy.
And then it like sold out on that Thursday.
Yeah, without seeing the movie.
I know. I was like, I can't commit to this. I haven't even seen this movie yet. And yeah, Steven's right. I mean, Donnie Wahlberg was definitely, I think he had lost a lot of weight for that role. And the girl in the tent is definitely really, really creepy.
I forgot he was in this movie, to be honest. Until right now, tonight, I forgot he was in this movie.
Yeah, he's that kid. And he is, I think, unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Actually, he looks like the other Wahlberg brother, the third one.
The chef?
Yeah, that's who I think he looks like.
Chef Wahlberg.
that TV show Wahlburgers. Did you guys ever watch that?
Oh, dear God.
I've seen it and I've had their burgers. They're actually not bad.
Okay.
Like at least I bought them like at the grocery store. Like those. I haven't been to their establishment or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. PP Dagger.
Whoops.
I love that freaking handle.
Alexander was saying, I think The Sixth Sense and Signs are his strongest. The Sixth Sense, I am too scared to revisit. And Signs literally made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I will say that is another one that I have a lot of fond memories from. I was very uncomfortable after seeing that movie, especially was it the home video or home
With
recording?
the alien, running
Oh,
across.
oh.
Oh yeah.
It's listen. I don't care about the effects or whatever the case is. It has a lasting impact on me all these years later.
Well, what's
Yeah.
good with Signs too is it's got a lot of little kind of humor throughout the movie, which
Yes.
is
Yeah.
really makes it a fun movie to watch.
What does he say? Vamonos.
Vamonos,
Vamonos.
vamonos. And then they walk in and he's got they all have the tinfoil hats just sitting there.
Yeah,
it's
that
great.
was hilarious.
You're letting the nerds win. It's a good movie.
Well, listen, we already passed the 4th of July, and we just actually had a sequel to this come out not too long ago. But buckle up, guys, because we're going to be covering I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oof.
Make sure you don't hit anyone on the road.
There we go.
Yeah.
I have the sequel on VHS, so I just attained it, and I was so
Nice.
excited about it.
This is the 88 films release.
Ooh,
Oh, it's a good
I need
one.
it.
So, okay, we obviously covered Scream for the last episode of After Dark, and this was coming off of the success of that film and the cultural impact that it had. So, where does this movie stack up for you guys? I know we talked about this on Cinema Rewind before and dove into just more of like the nitty gritty when it came to this movie, but we're looking at it from a different angle for tonight and
Yeah.
kind of discussing what memories we have growing up with this movie.
Honestly, for me, this movie, I knew more about this movie from Scary Movie than I did from the actual movie itself. Growing up, this wasn't a movie that we really watched. I really watched as a kid. It was Scream. Scream was the movie we watched.
Yep.
So, and it's funny when I first watched this, I remember it was more of, to me, the scenes in Scary Movie came out before this. I knew those scenes before this, so I'd see this movie. Like, oh, that's from Scary Movie. No, it's that the Scary Movie stuff was from this movie.
It's funny though, because I mean, I would say Scary Movie, I mean, it had so many different pop culture moments in film that if you've seen the movies before, you obviously recognize what they were alluding to. But if you hadn't seen it, especially around that age, I mean, it kind of forced you to go back and see what the source material was if you had never seen it before, you know?
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, so this movie, I remember back in the day. Obviously, you're watching Freddie Prinze and like the whole cast. You know, you're watching Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle, and Buffy, Ryan Phillippe, like, and they're killing it across the board, right? Like they're the Avengers of the late '90s, early '90s. And I remember seeing this movie and just obviously having the biggest crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt. So it was like heaven. And this movie was being fantastic, seeing Scream and just being like, man, like this is like this is the age for like slashers and all these teen like horror movies. And then Scary Movie comes out and completely ruins it for me because I could never take this film serious after watching Scary
What
Movie.
are you waiting for?
Yeah. Hits by the car. No, dude. I'm telling you, like I tried to watch it recently, obviously before the Cinema Rewind episode.
Yeah.
And man, like I could not take it serious because every single time it was just I kept getting Anna Faris in my head.
Yep.
I was like, they did it too good. Like they did too good of a job, and now they screwed it up for me.
Yep. The whole scene when she's on the stage and she sees that guy getting
first-
killed on the balcony, and I just think of Scary Movie when they start praising her and saying it's so good. And
the first couple Scary Movies really, I mean, I always think of like 1 and 2 were the ones that really hit home with a
Yeah.
lot of those like the parody moments that they had in the movie. Yeah, I remember, you know, and we had talked about this before, is that, you know, you had Scream, obviously, was just such a iconic movie that came out around that time and everybody was talking about it. But you had this movie and Urban Legend are always the ones that kind of all lump into the same category, for better or worse. And yeah, this one, I mean, obviously we did a rewatch for Cinema Rewind to cover this one. And this one is just, it's very much of the time.
Yeah.
But it still holds up. Like, I think it's just a fun movie. The atmosphere, the cast, the setting, where it's located, you're this coastal seaside town. Kind of in a lot of ways, the movies are very different, but reminds me a little bit of like The Fog with kind of that vibe that it's
Mm-hmm.
going for, or Dead and Buried. And
Yes.
yeah, this one I have a lot of good memories with. But so obviously I know what you did last summer helped kick off the late 90s slasher revival alongside Scream. What do you guys think it brought to the table that made this one stand out compared to the others?
Hmm.
I think it was the memorable moments, man. I mean, it's like that scene alone where she's like, "What are you waiting for?" I mean, stuff like that just kind of sticks in your head, and especially that situation, because I think during that time you didn't have movies with those peculiar predicaments, right? Like the whole them kind of just teenagers, and they're just trying to get rid of a body that they accidentally hit with their car. I mean, around that time
Mhm.
you didn't really have movies with those type of narratives and plots.
Yeah, and it also really pushed home in the 90s of the who done it.
Yeah.
You leaves you guessing who do you think is the killer throughout the whole film. And I mean, Scream did it perfectly. Ended up being Skeeter and
Matthew
Matthew
Lillard.
Lillard, but with this one, I mean, they did a really cool job with you finding out who the killer is. But like I said, I think that's what's really, I think, really memorable about this is just trying to figure out who this killer is, because throughout the film you're guessing who it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a killer just to be who the killer, it as a killer. No, it's someone in this group of people that has some sort of past, some sort of they held on to something that they're just upset about. So
Yep. That plot twist too. It's like just when you think you figured it out, and then it's like, wait a minute, it's somebody else. That was so good the way they did that.
Well, Alexander makes a good point, because I know we had covered it where that line was written by was written in by somebody else. How GC, do you remember how that actually got set up, or
Yeah.
how they managed
So
to?
I remember it being like a contest of some sort.
That's
Some
it.
kid
Okay.
won. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, dude, it goes to show that sometimes having a fresh pair of eyes on the project can make the whole difference in the world. Cause I remember Jennifer Love Hewitt was against it. She thought it was a stupid thing. She's like, it makes no sense. Like, why would she just be there? And the kid was just like, yeah, just scream that. The camera like spins around and stuff, and backs up. And I mean, dude, out of every single scene in that movie, that's the one people always remember. And I mean,
It
from
is
a
kind of
child.
ironic though, because they obviously it's a little bit more organic in this movie, and then they revisit it again for the most recent one, where it's definitely a more serious tone.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of, like, again with this one, there's a lot of moments that really deliver. For this being like it's like a teen slasher essentially.
Mhm.
Um, now, did you guys think that the seaside setting gave this movie a unique atmosphere, or could it have worked anywhere?
Thought it was
No,
perfect.
I thought it was perfect too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the whole reason why the killer is who he is,
Yeah.
the
The
mariner
fisherman.
or the fisherman.
Mhm.
Um, you can't have a fisherman running around in the middle of Montana.
Yeah.
That would just be weird.
And the
So,
aesthetic. It's beautiful, dude. Like the
mhm.
scenes with like the ocean side, and I mean the 4th of July, it felt like if it made it really feel like a small town, especially with the beauty pageant. Like it really
Oh,
sold it.
Well, and then you
that
have
opening
the
scene.
the
Yeah.
local the local parade down Main Street.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everybody. I mean, it's yeah.
Captures that small town feel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so do you guys think the film's cast? So we have Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., Ryan Felipe, made it the definitive teen horror ensemble of the 90s.
Oh, they were the Avengers of it, man. I mean, they're the ones like, I mean,
Wow, that's a bold statement.
dude, yeah,
Well,
because I don't know if I would change any of them from the film. Like, I don't know if it would have again played out the way it did if they would have not had Jennifer Love Hewitt. Like, who else could you picture in that scene
No,
yelling out? You know,
I mean, I mean, yes, this, and then it was this Urban Legend and Scream kind of was the who's who of teen heartthrobs at the time.
yeah,
Yep.
Right? I mean, we talked about this. Scream, you have obviously Drew Barrymore, we know that. Matthew Lillard, Nev Campbell, and then you have with Urban Legend, was it what's his name? Who's the guy's name in Urban Legend? I could see his face.
Oh, from Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
The dude from Mighty Ducks. If you guys seen Mighty Ducks, the captain of the Ducks, that
yeah,
actor.
Charlie, his name is in the movie. Jared Leto. I mean,
Yeah.
he's an Urban Legend.
Michael Rosenbaum, I think, is in that
yes.
too. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you've got what else in Urban Legend? What's his name? Robert England, right? He's the professor,
the teacher. Yeah.
They have a I'm doing terrible with names, guys, tonight.
Alicia Witt. Danielle Harris is another one.
Yeah.
Yep. What's his name?
Kind of a weird role for her.
Voice Chucky.
Oh, Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif makes a cameo in Urban Legend.
It's like stacked in a different way.
Yeah. Right. But I was going to riff off of what GC said about the Avengers. I mean, you got Iron Man, you have Captain America with Urban Legend, and then Thor with Scream, and then Scooby-Doo was the Avengers because they all came together and made the live action Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah, man. Like it's funny because these type of movies, like that, it's almost like they got those teen magazines and they said, you know what, we're gonna take all these like heartthrobs from these magazines and just throw them in a movie with a killer and just see what happens, and it worked.
So we've got one of our viewers asking about the faculty or disturbing behavior. Let us know if there's like certain movies you guys want us to cover in the near future. It doesn't necessarily have to be throughout the 90s, but if there's ones that you want us to possibly do a part 3 on this, love to cover more 90s horror movies.
The faculty might be good because I know we talked about that at one point.
Yep. We got a number of other ones, but that's definitely one I would not mind covering. And then let's see, Steven mentioned, so I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, Cursed, Valentine, Faculty, Disturbing Behavior all came out around that perfect time. I agree. I mean, even doing Valentine for a rewatch, like that was one that I'm kind of surprised didn't really get more like noted or like a little bit more recognized after that. I was like, this is actually like a solid slasher movie.
Yeah.
Why don't more people know about this?
David Boreanaz from Angel.
Oh, dude, you want to talk about a great show right there?
Yeah,
I take that over Buffy.
Don't get him started. All right, so I Know What You Did Last Summer was not for me. The OG, when it was scary, it was serious, and in the new one, the terror was underscored for comedic delivery. I agree with that. One of us in this group did not finish the movie. No, it's okay. I have to give you a hard time about that.
I walked out. Yeah, I didn't even finish it.
It's hard, man, with these freaking. I call it I saw a video recently with Denzel where I shared it on my Instagram, and he was saying it's like you no longer have to be good. You just have to be popular. You have to have the follows, and that's what this generation of actors, a lot of them are, man. They're just like these influencers, these TikTokers that they throw in movies to get the money out of us, but they end up just like sucking. I'm surprised they don't start doing some trendy dance during the middle of the movie or something.
Well, I was watching something and I forget who it was. It might have been Denzel. I can't remember, but yeah, they said the casting directors, that's what they look for. They said, okay, they need to fit within these parameters, but more importantly, they need to have a huge TikTok, Instagram following to help us promote this movie.
Yeah. That's what it is now, man. It's no longer if you're good. You don't have to be good. You just have to do something to stand out.
And I would have to say, I mean, I don't think that the cast for the new one, like the cast, I don't think was nearly close to what the original cast brought to the table. But I don't know. There was parts about it that I just didn't think translated very well on film.
Yeah.
And Steven mentioned to me the intro of Summer Breeze by Typo Negative. The 4th of July vibes in the coastal town were perfect. I agree. I mean,
Mhm.
to have that as your opening song for the intro is like the chef's kiss. You know,
Yeah.
you knew you
Yeah.
were in for something special with this movie. Um, yeah, that's definitely one that gets me every time I watch it. Okay, so for you guys, how does the fisherman compare to the other iconic horror villains of the era?
I mean, it was awesome. He's just a regular dude, like out for revenge, man. I mean, he doesn't get any better than that. I mean, the guy you least expect.
Well, what I think is crazy is just him as a character. One, the slicker looks, it is creepy.
Yeah.
And a hook. I mean, that is, to me, that's brutal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just think what you guys, I missed out on last night's stream, but you guys were talking about the beginning, and that's one of the weapons he uses. And that one for me, and at least in the beginning, hits so hard is when she's driving off and he just hooks her with the
Oh,
hook and just rips her out of the cab of the truck. And it's that kind of just brutality of a hook that for me, it just, man, it's scary.
it's hard to die from that right away too, unless it's like they hook you in the head. But imagine like, have you seen any of these horror movies that you watch? Whenever somebody uses a hook, you're just still like in a lot of pain, but for the most part, you're still alive.
Just
And
the
I mean,
idea of them being able to hook them, like say
yeah.
around the collarbone or something, just drag them.
Oh my god,
You know
the
what I mean?
collarbone.
It's
There
just
were-
that weapon of choice is very scary.
I will say that there was like a couple scenes. Is it? I'm trying to think. Was it with the harpoon gun from the new one? Right? Wasn't it a harpoon gun? Am I misremembering it?
Yeah,
I didn't
when
see it, yeah.
The fiance,
when
he gets dragged
he's
back.
like,
I'm like, oh,
go take a bubble bath.
yeah.
Oh, I saw that in the trailer. Yeah, I remember.
As
that.
as Brian says, the start of a Dove bath bomb commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Brenton? Okay, so he's saying that objectively not good. Didn't have super high hopes, but I did like how they brought back some. Spoilers.
Oh.
A certain character in that scene. Um,
Wait, hold up. I might have
Okay.
walked out before then. So
Yeah,
we'll have
now
to
now I have
calculate.
to watch it.
See what happened with me for that movie. And sorry, I mean, I hope this isn't spoiling anything, but why I walked out was and then we can go back. I just wanted to say this.
yeah. No worries.
So it's so you've got the fiance and the girl, he dies. And then so she's dealing with his grief. And it's not too long after that she's like over it like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you spent a whole year going after this guy, fall in love with him, marrying him, and then you're over that quickly. It was at that moment I looked at my phone. I said, all right, who's the killer? I looked, I was like, all right, I'm done. Let's go.
Yeah. It's definitely. I thought that just as a whole, I mean, it. I don't think it worked the same way that the original one, or even the sequel for that matter. And Alexander's right. Like the cast had zero chemistry for me in the new one. Sets looked nothing like Southport or felt like the small fishing town. Um, and I think that's, when you're pointing that out, definitely makes me appreciate the original one a lot more, just for what it was doing. Was it doing anything that was like drastically different compared to what Scream had done? No, but I can go back and appreciate this, throw it on, whenever and have a
Yeah.
good time with it.
The original or the remake?
Oh, come on, man, the original.
Hey, I'm just making sure. I just had to make sure.
What side of the line I fall on. So the film deals with guilt and secrets amongst friends. Do you guys think that the thematic core is why it resonated so much with audiences?
It was just hard to believe because like I even from back then till now watching it, it was just I couldn't accept, like I felt like they could have done better with that because I mean the fact that Ryan Phillippe or Philippe
Felipe?
or Philip, yeah, Felipe, like the fact that he's just manhandling Jennifer Love Hewitt, and then you just have Freddie Prinze which obviously Freddie Prinze is bigger, like he's taller and everything. He's just standing there watching it. Those were some of the things that to me was just I couldn't relate. But I was like, dude, I don't care how good of friends we are or not, but like you're not gonna manhandle my girlfriend like that. And then the fact too, it's like the fact that he's calling the shots the whole time, and there's 3 people against 1, and they're all kind of agreeing with certain things, and
Mhm.
Ryan's like calling the shots all of a sudden, and nobody else out of the 3 of them could overpower him or just be like, you know what, I'm out. And it's just, I don't know, I felt like I've never been in that type of group where somebody just has to pull the strings so hard like that.
Well, he's hot-headed. I mean,
Yeah.
I think a part of it is just they don't wanna step on toes or, cause problems with them,
Well, they
but
ran over some toes. So I mean, at that point, they're like,
or a boot.
I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't he the rich kid, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly?
He
So
he
he's
didn't really give me those vibes.
right, but wasn't he though? Like he had like the house that
Oh,
extra.
yeah, yep,
So
yep.
that's what I'm saying. He just kind of, I guess, to GC's point, I guess they just kind of held him to a certain, put him on a certain pedestal because of his status, and that's why they just
Yeah.
let him walk all over him.
Yeah, like they just I never understood that, how all of a sudden it's like he's the leader and all that. And then it's just I hated the way they made Freddie Prinze so submissive. Like it's like
It is a little weird, like,
Mhm.
I that was one of the things that always stood out to me is like, "Come on, man, like, you guys."
a little bit of spine, right? Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if you watch him in interviews, I mean, he's definitely has a different characteristic than what he played in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
yeah,
Absolutely.
he very opposite. Like you see him
Mhm.
and he's so confident and very he's a guy's guy. He's a gamer. He has a horror podcast. I think he still has it, and he's complete opposite. He's actually Ryan Philippine's character, but without douchiness. If that makes sense.
He seems like he's pretty down to earth.
Yeah,
I don't know, but,
very blunt.
Cameron, what's up, man? He said, "I
What's
love
up,
that your
dude?
videos come on when I'm on kitchen duty after dinner. They really keep my interest while I stare at all these dishes." Well, listen, man,
Dude,
I'm glad you're hanging out with us.
Yep.
We're just here throwing it back to the 90s, some of our favorite iconic horror movies.
I love seeing comments like that, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Cameron, that's why we're here.
Exactly.
That's right, Cameron.
While you guys are here, just make sure you smash that like button and yeah, we're gonna keep rolling
down.
on.
Right down there. Like, comment, subscribe, all the crazy stuff.
100%. Okay, so do you guys remember seeing I Know What You Did Last Summer on the shelves, like when you were at the video store?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it one of those movies that everyone rented at the time?
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got Buffy on there. You got Jennifer Love. Which one of us didn't have a crush on her? I mean, come on,
Of who?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Man, I was more of a
I know
Sarah
what you're gonna
Michelle Gellar.
Yep. Let's go.
Why couldn't we have a crush on both? You know,
Dude,
I mean,
no. Listen, you got to draw the line somewhere.
Dude,
somewhere in
she
the
was a
center.
vampire slayer. She
Yeah,
knew
man.
martial
That's true.
arts. Come
It's-
on.
That's true.
She's built different.
Jennifer Love just spun around in a little shirt and screamed.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I remember like, obviously kind of riding all the success with Scream and like Scream 2 around the same time. Like, there was just a huge interest in those 90s slashers. And this was one that I felt like was just really popular at the time. Even years later after it came out, it seemed like it was always one of those movies that was constantly like checked out from what I at least at my video store.
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely, man. I mean, it's like, especially after Scary Movie came out, I feel like people started going back.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yep.
too, with this one, I mean, this was an easy watch for a lot of, teenagers and stuff at the time. So as they got older going to the video store, this was an easy one for them to gravitate towards
Yep.
and rent, as opposed to, I don't know, Texas Chainsaw. You know what I mean? It's just, it seems to be more of a film that has a wider appeal. So yeah, it's going to be very popular at the video stores.
And lastly, did you or your friends ever rent this back to back with Scream or other slashers for a weekend horror marathon?
Not with Scream, not on my end. I think, especially me at the time, being a kid, being on a budget, I think I remember renting it and just having like it's like one at a time type situation, and then the sequel I remember watching it on Stars and all that, and I think I'm watching it again, the same thing on Stars, and I think maybe Cinemax or something.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm almost in the same boat as GC. I didn't really rent this one a lot. It was Scream. Scream is the one that I rented all the time.
Yeah.
I did rent this a couple of times. Urban Legend was one. It was very to this day. Like I love the movie, but I didn't see that till way later. Urban Legend, but it was Scream. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Then Urban Legend were the kind of the hierarchy for me in the 90s.
Well, I do have, and I had to like slide back because I do have a quick recommendation for you guys. Since we're talking about the 90s, we're talking about Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I brought this up before, but if you like Urban Legends if you like Scream, Urban Legends, I Know What You Did Last Summer, watch Soul Survivors. Brian from Last Movie Standing, he just recently watched it and he was telling me, he's like, dude, this is really good. And we all know Brian's not like the biggest horror guy. So for him to actually enjoy this, and unfortunately stuck on DVD, but still fantastic.
You never know. You could always make the jump.
Oh man, I wish. I mean, again, this is another one. Look at the cast lineup: Casey Affleck, Liza Dushka. What else is on here?
That's like a deep cut,
dude. Yeah, I mean,
what's this called?
Soul Survivors.
Okay.
Cameron said would love to be a guest on one of these sometime. So go check out his new YouTube channel, Mass Media Consumption, for some of my horror conversations. Can't talk.
Cameron,
yeah, go check it out, Mass Media Consumption.
I am subscribing right now.
I just subscribed, so awesome. I hope I subscribed to the right one.
Let's see. Imagine you're like, what is it called? It's Mass.
Oh,
is it at Mass Media Consumption -X7P? I hope that's it because that's the one I subscribed to. So we're gonna find out.
If not, it's his doppelganger.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, okay. So it's all imagine. Yeah, just subscribe, buddy.
I just resonated with the OG because I went through exactly the same thing as those characters. I felt seen. Just kidding.
You ran over somebody?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Your secret's safe with us, Alexander. No problem.
Are we just gonna air out everything right now?
Don't worry, Alexander. You are one of our #1 fans, so we've got your back. Just tell us where we're dumping the body.
David was saying some movies should not be remade. The magic is lost. Heck, make a distant sequel, but not a direct remake. I agree though, because I think it's very challenging to do requels or like spiritual sequels to certain movies. It's like, I don't know. I always worry that you're going to tarnish the legacy of the original or the original couple movies. You know, I mean, our argument could be made, and we were talking about this not that long ago. Even with, you know, I think the Blumhouse Halloween movies could be kind of divisive amongst fans. So, you know, for some, I know we have plenty of our friends within our circle that enjoy these movies, and then there's some that obviously, you know, it's just not for them. Or that's not the timeline that they choose to go down.
Yeah, no, it man, like it really is. Like with some, it's like hit or miss. With others, it's just like, I wish I could have take those hour and a half or 2 hours back and just watch something else.
Let's see. Okay, so all right. Well, we're gonna switch gears here. So we're moving on to a different type of horror movie. And I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a horror movie per se. It's more of a mini series. But we are going to be talking about It, the original.
Damn.
Hell yeah. Oh no. GC, get that out of here.
Oh my god.
Oh, gosh.
No. Jordan, raise it up.
Look
loud
at
and
there
proud.
you go.
That's gorgeous.
What do you
back here?
What is that steelbook or
yeah, it's a Bluray steel.
That's beautiful, man.
I love that.
Here, I'll take it. I'll take it out of here.
So
enjoy it.
Put them in the jumbotron. I need to see.
I'm not that fancy yet.
There it is. Oh, that's gorgeous, man.
And then there's the back.
Oh, here we go.
Look at that. I love that,
dude. That's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, man. And let me take this. I'm just going to showcase real quick. You got old Pennywise right there. Yeah, man.
Damn,
that's a nice steelbook.
Yeah, I saw this at funny enough at FYE.
Man.
Well, I'll give you this new one in this, and then boom, and then nothing too fun.
Hey, I will say though,
Wait, is
talking
it?
about remakes, that is how you do a remake.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So kind of going back to Dave's point earlier, I would say that that's a better example of how you can. What would you guys say? Like the two films that came out like not that long ago, but those ones I felt like enhanced the experience. Like you can appreciate both the miniseries and then those two films kind of side by side.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
it it's 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 rare to be able to do like remakes this day and age that actually like stick and they're good. And to be able to have, like Jordan was saying, I mean, it's to have this one next to the original, it's still fantastic. Like it's amazing.
So, what was your guys' experience like initially finding out about this essentially it's like a TV movie, but how did you guys find out about this? Like did you guys stumble upon it or did you guys rent it at the video store? Did you have it at home? How did you guys initially see it?
So for me, when I went, I've told this story before, but when I went to visit my dad, I'd go over visit him every so often. He was a big horror fan, and he had the VHS, the 2-pack VHS of it on the miniseries, and I was probably I'm not kidding, probably 4, 5 maybe, and I saw a clown, and I was like, yeah, let's watch this, dude. Let me tell you, to this day, this movie I have a hard time watching this miniseries, specifically for Tim Curry's portrayal of it, Pennywise.
Yep.
Because man, that movie just did something to me.
So, what
And
what was it that stuck out to you? Was there a certain scene?
I mean, of course, there was a couple. The one, I think it was the maniacal nature of Pennywise, the unpredictability, and even to this day, I have a kind of an easy thing with clowns. The new one I do enjoy and doesn't really scare me that much, but there's something about him. There's an unpredictability that I find with clowns that you just don't know what they're going to do, and I don't like that.
Like
Um, I,
what's behind all the makeup?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, their mouth is painted red like blood. I mean, seriously, something's up there. But no, scenes that in particular, I remember, of course, the sewer drain. I mean, that's
Yeah.
iconic scene. There's the scene where he is the little girl. It's right at the beginning when she's looking out and she's seeing the clothes on the on the
On the clothesline.
clothesline,
Yep.
and he kind of appears and he does this thing, right?
Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know why, but there's a scene when he's in the library and he's sitting there, and I forget who he's talking to, and he has one of those spinner things that make noise,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there rocking, just cackling, laughing maniacally. Dude, it just, I don't know, man. It scared me. The shower scene when he comes out of the drain.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
damn it.
Like, good
Yeah.
luck taking a shower now.
Yeah.
Pennywise
Well, I
is
remember.
going to pop up and he's like, hello, kids.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Georgie's older brother, rest in peace to Jonathan Brandis, but unfortunate what happened with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just will never forget the storm drain scene with Georgie. That set the tone
Mhm.
for just the rest of the I'm just for the sake of this live stream, we'll just call it a movie because that's what it feels like, if anything. But um that just set the tone going forward. Tim Curry was just like so like his presence as Pennywise just felt so evil and
Mhm.
just like this dark energy that was coming to the town to hurt these kids. And it's so I don't know. That was a tough one. Like I joke about it now, but I I always remember being afraid of going near like the storm drains when I was
Yeah.
getting off the bus. I would fucking haul ass. I was like I don't want
Well,
a
I think
part, no
what's
part.
really scary about Tim Curry's take on Pennywise, it's his eyes. Tim Curry, man, he's got
Yeah.
those kind of beady eyes,
Hmm.
those those buggy eyes that just, and I think that's also what makes Bill Skarsgård's character of Pennywise. So he's got the same similar kind of
Yeah.
buggy eyes, and it just, man, it scares you.
Yeah, it's like it's almost definitely not human, right? Like when do you see like because that's the thing, you look at the makeup, right? And it just looks so cheesy. But when you look at his eyes, it's what really makes it like, dude, there's something behind all this.
And what I think, and the reason I think Tim Curry's Pennywise, my opinion, is my favorite, is because it is a simple makeup, right? He had a little bit of prosthetics to enlarge in the top of his head a little bit. But other than that, I mean, there wasn't a lot of crazy makeup going on. You could clearly see that that is Tim Curry.
Yeah.
And yet he just gives a very creepy performance when you pair it with Bill Skarsgård. I mean, there's some glances you get of Bill Skarsgård in that makeup and that character, but not as much as you would with Tim Curry.
Yeah.
No, oh man, it's definitely. I think a lot of this movie hinges on his performance because he's so expressive. He's able to, with like the flip of a switch, go from being like the the more traditional style clown, like the more upbeat, like happy-go-lucky feel, and underneath all that makeup is just something that's just like pure evil for kids that come across him, and he's obviously preying on their fears, in the worst way possible. But yeah, it's definitely a very memorable performance for sure. What's up, Brian?
What's up, man?
Hell yeah.
Dude, we're just talking about you, man.
Yeah.
Like I literally was just saying a little earlier about this one. That's awesome.
What how do you think that the newer It compared to the original of how they handled the storm drain scene?
I thought that was for me, I thought that was fantastic. Like I enjoyed how it was even like darker than the original to me. Like it was just a little bit more scarier too. Definitely a little bit more violent.
Yeah, I agree. His makeup, I like that each performance kind of stands on its own 2 feet. You've got Skarsgård, who obviously has a much different take on Pennywise, and then obviously Tim Curry's is pretty iconic. But hold on. So okay, let's kick it off though. So it is about childhood fears, obviously bleeding into adulthood. Do you guys think the miniseries or the movie captured that balance between the two timelines effectively?
I think the miniseries did it better because it jumps timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's how the book does it, if I'm not mistaken. How it kind of, it'll interweave between when they're older and when they're younger. And I think that tells a story a little better, in my opinion, than the new one, which you have. And it was a very cool way they did it. The first one being, when they were younger, the second one being when they're older.
Yeah. And what they tackled too. I really enjoyed how they tackled the stuff that you go through growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was such a relatable movie. I mean, especially the older one, right? I mean, even watching it now, it's still pretty relatable. I mean, you have the girl with issues with the dad. I mean, you have the other kid that's like afraid of everything. And I mean, there was so much going on that's still relatable, still holds up pretty well. I think between the two films, the original does it so well. And obviously I love the new one, but the original is just, there's something scary about the simplicity of it. When you look at that clown and how simple it looks, the makeup and all that stuff compared to the new one, it's like they tried to make the new one more menacing and everything.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to do that because. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I thought you were finished, but I was going to agree with you saying, I mean, the original 1990s It with Tim Curry, that's a clown that you would run across at a carnival.
Yeah.
Right. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see, the clown that Skarsgård portrayed. And if you did, you just need to run.
Yeah,
that guy's on another level. There's something, really bad going on with Tim Curry's. I mean, it could be either or.
Yeah. You run into him.
Scary about it.
You run into him at the circus, you run into him at an amusement park, and then Bill's is more of you go to Spirit Halloween and he's standing there as an animatronic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What'd you guys think about the spider?
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, it looks stupid, but I mean, it was a TV movie at the time. I
Yeah.
mean, that their budget was not there, so it kind of were it's what they could do.
Do you guys feel like they could have done something later on where it incorporated like that turtle from like that intergalactic turtle
Oh,
and
I
all?
remember that from the book, right?
Yeah.
I
There's
feel like
well, okay. Did you guys read the book?
A long time ago, man. So I'm
no,
still
I haven't read the book.
Okay, so there was a lot. I mean, it's a long read. I'll
Well, I mean,
start
it's a
off
thick
with that.
book. I know
It
that.
it's a very long read, and there is a lot that is for sure left out of the miniseries. I think the ones we got more recently, those actually tackled more of the content from the book that we got, but even then there's just it's such a dense book. It's
Yeah.
almost impossible, I think, unless you did like maybe like a longer format series to really cover everything. um and I'm not talking about like in the format of the 90s one. That's obviously a limited runtime. I'm talking like you probably have to go for like a couple seasons to really
Yeah.
get
Well,
everything.
that's what I was wondering when you brought in the turtle and all that stuff. I mean, that's got to be hard to translate that to screen.
Yeah, it's it, it would be it would definitely be challenging. I think it would be more practical to try and approach that now compared to back when like the 90s series was on. And
Mhm.
I just, like you said, I just don't think that they would be able to have the budget for it. Dave was
Well, and
saying,
I've heard then I've people have said there's some stuff in the book that probably shouldn't be put into movies or into
oh,
on
for sure.
screen. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I don't know where Stephen King's head was at when he was putting
And
that
it was
in
in
the
the
book.
clouds. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That
man.
dude, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's something else going on there. But Dave was saying Tim Curry's clown was insane. Skarsgård's was demonic. It did feel like
Yeah.
that. I mean, it was definitely Skarsgård's. Man, that performance is just dialed up for sure.
Hmm.
All right, so Tim Curry's Pennywise is often called one of the most terrifying horror performances ever. Do you think his version still holds up today?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he's an everyday average clown. Like even now when you go to all these places, it's just they never change the look. They always look cheesy and over the
Hmm.
top. And
I mean, there's a reason why clowns are probably one of the highest. One of. Now I know there's spiders and snakes. I get that. Clowns are very high up in the list of phobias that are out there.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think it created that phobia?
It sure didn't help. I know that much.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I
it's
wouldn't
too
be
funny.
surprised because you find like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't go take a pulse study or anything like that, but I could have, the years that I've lived, I've never heard the older generation, not a lot of them talk about how they're scared of clowns. It's always our generation. It's really almost our generation that something about clowns.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that we got to the point where we realize, hey, clowns are very creepy. They run around, hang around kids, and like to give them stuff, you know. And then, of course, Tim Curry did not help the situation.
You got John
Yeah.
Wayne Gacy and like
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
situations like that, the Joker. Like I'm good on clowns.
Especially Gacy. That's true, man. Like, I
hmm
mean,
Now I thought it was fascinating because I didn't know this until I think a little bit further into when I was getting into horror. Did not realize that Tommy Lee Wallace was the one who directed this. So he did Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, as well as Fright Night Part 2. And then he did like vampires. So um, Los Muertos, which was sequel to that's what I was trying to think of. Was a sequel to John Carpenter's Vampires movie from '98. So he obviously, I feel like, left his mark with Halloween 3, Fright Night Part 2. So it's pretty cool to see that he's got this on his resume. And now what I was going to ask you guys, so the Losers Club was played by two different casts for this. kids and adults, which side of the story did you guys feel like worked better in the miniseries?
I think the for me the adult one, like I enjoyed that more because
Mhm.
I mean it's easy to be scared as a kid, right? I
Mhm.
mean anything is anything new is scary, but as an adult to like see certain things and be creeped the hell out. I mean,
Yeah.
especially from our background, right? Watching horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Yeah.
saw blood coming out of the freaking sink or something, I'm gonna start freaking out.
I think, and you got John Boy from the Waltons
Yeah.
playing
What's up, Lee?
older. What's his name?
What's up,
What's
Lee?
up, dude?
Lee was saying, I love the It book. The new movies were great. The miniseries scared me as a kid, but it's not great today. Pennywise was great in both. And I guess it depends what you're looking for. I think like for the miniseries, I mean, it's definitely a little bit more of a longer watch, but what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys go back and revisit both of them?
Oh no, go ahead, Jordan.
I revisited the miniseries last year, and the movie, the remake. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. It might have been a year or so after it came out. I think when the second one came out, that's when last time I revisited the first chapter one. Here's what I think. I think the miniseries got Pennywise perfect.
Yeah.
The actors and the kids, the Losers Club, probably maybe could have improved a little bit. I think the adults were great, but I think the chapter one, chapter two, they nailed the kids perfectly.
Yeah.
I think the adults were great too. At least as far as lookalikes, I mean, they knocked it out of the park with that one. Yeah. So that's what I think. I think the miniseries did Pennywise perfect. I think the chapter one, chapter two did the Losers Club perfect.
Yeah, like I
That's
really
crazy.
like I enjoyed the adults from the original one. I mean, having Seth Green, obviously Tim Curry, John Ritter, rest in peace. Like
Mhm.
it's I mean, to me, even though I really enjoyed the new one, I always find myself going back to the original because of the nostalgia of it.
For
And
sure.
just every time I watch it, it's like, a nice hot cup of chocolate or like a warm blanket. Like it feels like, man, it takes me back to growing up and seeing it playing on TV and just like wondering, like, what is this? Is this a
It's
show? Is it a
it,
movie?
it's in a weird way, I feel like it's almost like a comfort
Comforting. Yep, it is.
miniseries. You can come back to um in a lot of ways I think of this kind of in the same vein as like Salem's Lot. You can come back to this and just really, both of which I feel like were staples when I was growing up. Um but yeah.
And the practical effects too, man. I mean, uh like there's something about, I don't care how cheesy practical effects look from movies during the 80s, 70s, 90s, but it's just, to me it's like I'd rather have practical than CGI any day, because at least with practical you see the texture and it just looks so different on
Mhm.
screen. I mean, it's like Honey I Shrunk the Kids. I think I sent you guys that earlier today. Kind of they did a whole short video of bringing everybody together, but when you
Yeah.
see the actual like ant and like somebody actually created all this and you see the shininess on the skin and all that, I mean, it's incredible, dude. I mean,
There's more love that goes into
yeah,
practical effects that come with it.
Well, I think
absolutely.
you get better acting out of it too, because you have actors actually having something to react to rather than a
Tennis
ball on a
balls.
stick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tangible, and I think
Yeah.
that's what makes, like, it really makes the actors like go to their highest possibility when they have something they could grab or stare right in the eyes, compared to some CGI where it's like, okay, imagine there's a giant clown spider. It's like, no, like it's right in front of you.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't know. It's interesting for sure. Like I think I can appreciate, I mean, both of the casts I think are just so iconic and they definitely
Yeah.
capture that aesthetic. Like we were saying, it just feels like a very nostalgic, comfort series to fall back on. Now, for you guys, were there any scenes that stuck with you long after watching, like the shower scene or Georgie in the sewer or the blood in the sink? Maybe any other ones I didn't mention?
When he's standing in front of that mill, like in that open space in the water, and he's
Oh,
just standing there like smiling with his teeth and he's pointing, and he's holding the balloons.
Oh yes.
That scene creeps me out because, like, if I go out somewhere, being like near nature and stuff, I just picture that scene, which it's the exact replica in the movie Weapons, when the junkie's running through the forest and he sees that like clown looking figure from a distance, kind of like staring and pointing. It reminds me of that exact same scene where it's just creepy out of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere, there's a clown with balloons.
It's kind of like that uncanny valley look to it. Like something just
Mhm.
seems like very off about what you're looking at, or it just doesn't
Yeah.
seem very natural.
Why is there a clown in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about when the painting? I think someone mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
When you see him dancing around, then he gets like right in the camera's face. In the
Yeah.
face in that scene. Yeah.
Damn, Dave. It's like that.
Damn. Dave, you better like and comment, subscribe
Yeah.
after saying that to Steve.
It's okay. I know Dave, so it's all love.
That's awesome.
All right. So Steven said It Chapter 1 was a great theater experience. I remember the theater was packed out, and I remember everyone gasping, shouting, or saying, "Oh, hell no."
Yeah. I remember specifically in the theater experience chapter 1 is the projector. Dude, when that the projector falls to the side and then Pennywise just pops out of the screen.
Yeah.
So creepy.
Yeah.
Now,
That's a good one.
do you guys remember seeing the 2-tape VHS set of it at the rental store? Did it the size of it make it feel like it was like more of like an event movie when you saw it?
I owned it at one point.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna say
forgot
I
what
don't
happened.
remember seeing it in the rental store, but I do remember because I know my father had it.
Okay. Yeah, I remember having the book, but I don't think that was ever one that we owned. I remember seeing it
felt
at the video
epic.
store.
Dude, it felt epic, just like having the Titanic. Anything that was double VHS tapes, you knew it was like, damn, this is
Something to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here for a while.
I remember that with Goodfellas, Casino, movies like that.
Yeah.
Those were the double VHS sets. Now, okay, speaking of which, did the cover art with Pennywise peeking over the edge ever freak you out before you even hit play?
Hell yeah, it did.
Yeah, man.
His hands, that always would
Yeah.
freak me out, is the hands, like the long animalistic fingers and all that stuff.
I love the design of it too. It's so simple, all white with the
Mhm.
red letters, and then it's just him like tearing it, like tearing almost the cover. Like it's really cool. Even though that steelbook you showed me, man, dude,
I know that is pretty slick.
That's incredible. And I find the steelbook even creepier looking. Like it's just so simple and fantastic.
I agree. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Alexander said the projector scene is horrifying. That's my favorite moment. I actually screamed in the theater. Yeah, it's definitely one that I feel like it's definitely aged well. You know, you go back to it and it's just still as effective as when we initially saw it all these years ago. And then, do you guys think that it was one of those must-rent horror titles in the 90s, even if people didn't usually watch Stephen King adaptations?
You always rent Stephen King. I don't care what anybody says. Stephen King movie comes out, you watch it.
Yeah. There was definitely, I would say probably in like the 80s and 90s for sure. I mean, there was definitely a surplus of Stephen King adaptations. And
Mhm.
I don't know about you guys. I mean, I probably put this one up there, like as far as like the in the better grouping of movies that were out there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Stand By Me
That's a good one.
that's an excellent movie.
That has a very similar vibe to this movie, like in certain ways, I
Yeah,
guess.
I can see that.
Let's see. Talk
There
about
you
a
go.
callback.
When it went to commercials, you press pause.
Yep. Oh man, we had countless recordings at my place. All right, so
That are cassettes, like when they played the best songs on the radio. Man, I used to just pop. I had a cassette ready to go and just press record.
Just in case.
Yeah, man.
all right, we got a good question from Lee. Shout out to Lee. He said, "What are your guys' 5 top 90s horror movies?" Whew, that is a loaded question.
It is, man. I wasn't prepared for it. It's hard because there's so many good ones in the 90s.
You know what? I could tell you at least one of them, though. I know that I just off the top of my head is The Exorcist 3. That's one of my
That's a good one. I would put that up there.
One of my absolute favorites.
I would have to say Audition. Audition's up there for me.
Oh man, you guys are putting me in quite a pickle here. Damn.
Sorry, GC.
Hey, I mean, basic answer. Go with Scream.
No, well, so that's the thing. I mean, if we're talking about 90s, oh man, I want to go with.
Wait, gonna say Candyman.
No, I was gonna mess you to say Lawnmower Man, but
Lawnmower Man.
No, I was gonna go with wasn't Brain Scan like 90 or something? Yeah. I think for me that's one of my top favorites. I adore that movie. So I would go with that one as one of them.
No Bride of Chucky love, huh?
I mean when that scene with Chucky's crawling and the guy's getting stoned in the car and he looks at him and flicks him off.
Yeah. Silence of the Lambs, that's another great one.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
Like Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Ghostwatch. Ghostwatch is another one that I really love.
Oh, the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
See, there's too many. I mean, I feel like I'm trying to like think outside of the usual suspects that you would have, because I know Scream or Candyman, that's always like the one that I think for a lot of us, I mean, we would have probably up there.
Yeah. Candyman for sure.
Well, Funny Games. I mean, that's another Cemetery Man.
97.
Cemetery Man's really good. That's definitely up there.
Oh yeah, House on
Damn,
Haunted
Lee,
Hill.
What'd you do to us?
Just he came in here, and you know what? Just for that, guys, go comment, like, and subscribe to Lee as well.
Bride of Reanimator.
Yeah, Stir of Echoes. Oh yeah.
Hey, that just got an imprint release.
Listen, we got a lot of movies to get through if we're going to be doing a part.
We're getting
3.
wild over here.
Yeah, no, we got some gems in there for sure. Speaking of a gem, an underrated gem, I would have to say. What you guys know about Nightbreed?
Oh, I know quite a little bit.
I forgot about that one. I don't own it, so I can't show it.
It's okay, Jordan. We got you covered.
There we go.
But I did just watch it before I jumped on here.
So we've got a lot to discuss here. Let's get.
Oh,
for the people at home.
I mean, if you guys are fans of Hellraiser, then you're obviously gonna recognize this type of style.
So signature Clive Barker. Okay, so Jordan, you had never seen this movie, right?
Nope, okay. Not until about an hour ago.
Listen, I appreciate your dedication. I was like, listen, I think we got a good group here. All the other ones, I think you had seen, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And GC, did you see Nightbreed earlier on when you were getting into horror?
Not really, man. So for me, Nightbreed came in when I was around, man, I want to say I was like probably like, I think like 16 or 17 or something. I know it was almost coming out of high school, and it was one of those that I can't even I don't know if somebody recommended it or like put it on, and that's how I ended up watching it, because I didn't remember seeing it at the video store. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. I'd never seen it there that I can remember. I mean, granted, my video store was, very limited, but I never saw it there. I never saw it at like a Blockbuster or like a Hollywood Video. It was just one of those like forbidden type, like you got lucky if you came across it movies. But what about you guys?
I think it was more, this is definitely one. So it was a little bit more obscure. It was more obscure for me compared to a lot of other horror movies that I came across at the time. But I remember hearing about this after getting into Hellraiser. And naturally, I just kind of wanted to see more of Clive Barker's work, and came across this, and I was like, man, this is it. There's definitely the DNA of kind of like his signature in this movie, but it was very different. It didn't really feel as like dark the same way that Hellraiser was, but this one definitely grew on me. It took a while, but it definitely grew on me.
It's
Jordan,
new,
what you think?
I saw Clive Barker through and through with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very his creature designs are very are signature. You can tell that Clive. Oh, that's a Clive Barker movie. Yeah, it's definitely not as demented's not the word, because it's definitely deals with that kind of spiritual gates of hell type of thing. Religion in a way, kind of occultism, but it's just not as, I guess, evil, and is, I guess, the best way to put it, as like
Yeah.
Hellraiser, because Hellraiser just has a sick, twisted, just, you feel it's just gross
Yeah,
kind of weight
absolutely.
to it. This one, I really love the lore of this one. From what I understand, it was a book he wrote, right? Was it Clive Barker book?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Okay. Because I know I was looking for it, and I know another title for it's called Cabal.
Cabal, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and there's another cut of the movie that's known as the Cabal cut.
Yeah, and
Yep.
a German boutique label put that out like a month ago, maybe, on a steelbook. I'll tell you, I think it's really cool to see Cronenberg as a true villain, as a mainstay character in a movie, which was awesome.
It's an actual role, and I know we were
Yeah.
talking about this earlier because I feel like he comes and goes so quickly in Jason X, but
Mhm.
for this, I remember the first time watching this, I didn't know he was in it, and
He almost doesn't look like himself.
no, and it's just it's so it just seems so strange to see him in there. I mean, you don't really
Mhm.
see horror directors show up in movies like that, let alone have like a fully fleshed out role.
Yeah.
Um, but it
I
was
will say though, it's not. I'm not gonna tell you who it is if you haven't seen it. But kind of the villain, I guess you can call him the villain of the movie. His that mask has like the button eyes and everything with the.
yeah.
It reminds me so much of Slipknot. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, I
side
did.
zip,
Yeah.
but dude, that is a sweet mask.
Yeah. It's
Oh
with
yeah.
the I would say with the creature design, the masks, the overall look to this movie is just they definitely knew what they were doing and they did it well.
Mhm.
Um, it's another great example of how I feel like the practical effects for this film definitely have stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Does this movie remind you guys of Pan's Labyrinth? Like the creature
Yeah.
design?
Very similar.
Like that's one thing I think about too. It's like, I mean, it's very more of a, like you were touching on Jordan earlier, like it's Clive Barker's, Hellraiser is just like violent, grotesque, and then
like
this is more
psychosexual.
exact.
Yes.
I mean, that's what it is with those Hellraiser movies. I mean, I remember seeing I think it was like a deep dive that Kylie from Haunted Hippie did, and it's true. It's very, I mean, those movies are more sexual and erotic and stuff. But with this, it's more mystical between
That's what I was
like
gonna say. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Fantasy in a way.
it is, yeah, fantasy. You have the good versus evil, and then like type situation where the other one is just like weird people seeking something dirty and mysterious and like unattainable. And it's yeah. I mean, in this movie, it's funny because I haven't seen in quite some time, and I mean those practical effects, man. I mean, even looking at like the cover and stuff, it's just so damn crazy. And after seeing Pan's Labyrinth recently, and then looking at this thing, I'm like, man, it's just like the design. It's so cool. It's so similar and very out of this world.
Doug Bradley's in this movie.
Doug Bradley, me.
Pinhead.
He's in this movie? I didn't know
Mhm.
that.
He's one of the creatures.
What? That's awesome that he brought him on. That's
Well, the main guy, I can't remember his name. Isn't it like
Give me one.
Boone?
Aaron Boone.
Boone, yeah.
Yep.
He was in a Hellraiser film, another Hellraiser movie.
There's some overlap for sure with the
Mhm.
cast for this
Yeah.
film.
That's when you're doing a good job, when they bring you on to all these other projects.
Yeah, this is a movie that I think give it a chance because it's definitely not in the same vein. Like, don't go in expecting Hellraiser, but it definitely shares a lot of that similar DNA that I feel like the Clive Barker's known for. And I don't know, there's just something about it. Like, it's a fun late night watch. You can just throw this on. I mean, it's got like fantasy elements to it. I think that's what makes it so rewatchable. Like I said, I don't feel like this film gets enough love, unfortunately. So Nightbreed flips the idea, obviously, of monsters by making them sympathetic and humanity the real evil, if anything.
Mhm.
So how well do you guys think the film pulls this off?
Very well. And there's a flashback scene you get kind of the ancient war or ancient battle that
Yep.
basically drove the Nightbreed underground.
Yeah.
It deals with the prophecy and all this stuff. It's very fantasy and it's really cool. And they do a good job at really portraying who the bad guys are and who's really the enemy at work.
I love when films, even with horror movies, like when they flesh out the mythology. This is a great example. Even like for Hellraiser 2 with the Leviathan,
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I love the world building part of these movies. There's just something that's just so captivating about it. I feel like Nightbreed does a really great job at that.
It does, man. I mean, it's almost like a twisted Monster Squad, but in Clive Barker's like reimagining, so to speak.
Oh yeah. Yep. Now Boone's transformation into Cabal, do you guys see it as more of a curse or liberation?
That's a good question.
I think it's a liberation, because I mean, it's like you're really seeing how things really are instead of, it's almost like a Matrix type situation,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree.
It's almost a weird take on vampirism, maybe a werewolf type thing, where they can just it's interesting. I never thought of it that way. Granted, I just saw the movie.
Yeah.
So I mean,
A new favorite.
I want to go that far, but it's really good.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get
It
the
is a great
Scream. They have this one on sale too. I think I got it for like less than $10 when they had the
Man,
sale.
you know me. I'm 4K or bust over here. So
You mean VHS or bust?
Yeah.
well, that's where it's going for sure.
Dude,
yeah.
I love that, like, little by little with our little group, that we've just converted each other into these different ways of collecting, and now seeing you,
Dude,
with
it's
VHS.
bad. I've got DVDs again. I've got VHS.
It's all forms of physical media. I love, that's like the best part of it, is just cataloging and having a chance to have everything ranging from VHS all the way on up. It's definitely yeah, I don't know. It's pretty special.
Everything
So
goes.
go ahead, GC.
No, I was gonna say, everything goes hand in hand, man. Having like the vinyl soundtracks, the CDs, the books, the VHS, the movie, like the box sets, the DVDs. Like each piece of physical media just brings something different and just heightens the experience, right? When it's like,
Yeah.
when the movie ends, you can still listen to the soundtrack. You can revisit the pages, and it's a perfect combination when you're collecting this stuff.
So I know we kind of already touched on this, and we don't have to go too in depth on it, but this was Clive Barker's second directorial effort after Hellraiser. Did you guys feel like those unique fingerprints were on Nightbreed?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all over it.
Yeah.
And then, do you guys remember seeing Nightbreed at the rental store, or if not, I mean, did you guys feel like the VHS cover art kind of pulled you in to wanting to know more about it?
For me, I mean, I never saw it at the video store. It was more of like my neighbor friend kind of experienced me, like, saying, "Hey man, I got something here to check out. I recommend it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I don't even think I saw the cover art on the VHS. It was more of just popping it in. I'm like, "What am I in for?"
Yeah. Well, I just knew about it from you guys telling me to go watch it. So went on Amazon Prime and it was there.
Listen, we don't steer you wrong, I promise.
Haven't
Yeah.
happened yet.
Now, if you guys were to see it at a video store, do you guys feel like you would recognize it because Clive Barker's name is on it? You know, especially after doing Hellraiser. Like, would you be more inclined to pick it up?
Yeah, I guess knowing Hellraiser. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks, and again, like even if you look at the poster, like I'm looking at one right now, Rotten Tomato, where he's just kind of standing there in the middle, and he has all the monsters around him, where they look like they're about to drop like the hottest album ever.
Yeah, that's on the Scream Factory 4K. I think that's the theatrical poster.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
mistaken.
Like this?
yep, that's the one. And dude, it looks like literally the Monster Squad type
I was
style.
just gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
The mixed or the not mixed tape is dropping on Friday.
We're about to
It
drop the
does.
mixtape, exactly.
Like it doesn't look scary to me when I see that. It looks more of like it's gonna be like a comedy almost. But then you see Clive Barker on there and you're like, wait a minute, what the hell's happening?
The one poster, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. So the one that I love is the one that it almost feels like a teaser poster where it says Lori thought she knew everything about her boyfriend. It shows a pair of eyes and then it says underneath it Lori was wrong.
Oh, I see
That-
that one. Yeah.
That one, I there's just something about that I'm just like, it's simple, it's effective. It makes me want to know more about it. It's got Clive Barker's name on it. You know that this guy just is, I don't know where he mines all this depraved, you know, content from, but and last but not least, so do you guys consider this like a hidden gem if you were to be scouring the video store shelves? Would you consider this a hidden gem?
I would. I'd say so.
Yeah, man. Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially if I saw that cover. I actually shared my screen. I don't know if
Wait, hold on,
if
what's
that
that?
allows you to. Oh, there we go. So this is the cover right here, guys, and the eyes reminds me of Psycho.
Yeah.
It's
but-
very Psycho, Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah,
It looks like Sally's eyes.
It's
See,
like
this-
less is more.
dude. If I saw this in the video store, absolutely. But then if I saw something like this one, I would just kind of I might skip it. Or
It's like Teen Wolf vibes.
Yeah, it looks more like it's like a comedy, like a monster comedy. But yeah, seeing that original one.
Hey, go to that guy's the main villain's mask. Click on that, dude. Look at that mask. Good lord! Oh, you can go down.
Actually, here,
Yeah.
Dude, look at that. Like that's
Sick.
incredible,
Yeah.
dude. That's awesome.
That looks like something you would see at a Slipknot concert. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I swear, I feel like one of the masks was influenced
Oh,
by
it
that
popped
design.
probably. I'm sure their
with
style.
the zipper and everything. Yeah.
I'm sure it's inspired by Clive Barker. Like absolutely. Are you guys fans of Slipknot?
Oh, 100%.
Jordan's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I dabble a little.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit into Slip.
I don't like know their albums, but I know.
Jordan, you one of the maggots or not?
Join us.
No.
One of us.
But it's
One of us.
I mean, I respect them, what they've done. I mean, dude, so creative.
Yeah.
The what is his name? Corey. What's the main guy's
Corey
name?
Taylor?
Feldman?
Corey
Corey Feldman.
Feldman.
He's also a rocker, man.
Corey Taylor's solo
Yeah.
work, I love.
Yeah. He's definitely been very impactful, especially in like the metal
oh yeah,
scene. Well, speaking of something that's definitely metal, this is the last one on the watch list for tonight. But I've got a good one for you guys. Got Jason Goes to Hell.
Sorry, this is all I have.
Oh,
I'm not cool enough to have the that amazing VHS.
Yeah.
There we go. We got a little bit of everything. So, all right, guys. When were you guys? When did you guys have a chance to watch this initially?
Definitely high school, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while. But I remember. I know you're an ask, but I remember
Yeah.
seeing this on VHS or on video store shelves.
This
lot.
absolutely. This
Yeah.
always was there,
Yep.
man.
all the time.
God, I like that's.
I just wanted to know more about it.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Why is there a snake coming out of his eye?
And why is this mask like metal? Like it's like it was just one of those, man. Like I was always like, what the hell is happening here? But Jason Goes to Hell, obviously, it was just, yep, it's definitely Jason.
What's up, Dan? Thanks for joining us.
Dan, good taste in music, my friend.
He's got a
What's going
very
on,
good
Dan?
taste in music. Yeah, it's I would say even between the VHS cover and then like the movie posters that they had framed, man, I swear, like you saw this everywhere, and it was just in your face. And like I said, I just wanted to know more about this movie and what it had to do with Friday the 13th. But let's dive into it. So Jason Goes to Hell obviously takes the franchise in a very different direction, almost supernatural, if you will. So did that work for you guys, or did it feel like too far from the classic slasher formula?
I thought it was a perfect segue into it was a perfect offshoot from the original slasher. I thought it was great.
Kind of like the new Nightmare, right? Like I feel like the Jason Goes to Hell was the new Nightmare for Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Because it's
I can
obviously,
see that.
yeah, it definitely takes that step into a more mythical type direction. You know, you have the Evil Dead book, and it's a lot that goes into it, man. I mean, but some people hate it, some people love it, and it's still, regardless, it's still an iconic film.
I feel like I would say more recently, it definitely feels like it's finding its audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that this movie, I just really dug it because at the time I was really big into body horror.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of similarities with that. And it felt like in a lot of ways, like this film was breathing new life into the Friday the 13th franchise. Because obviously it's like, well, how many times can you, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the classic slasher formula, but it's like, how many times can you do it? You know?
Yeah.
So to get something so special and unique, I just was like, dude, what is going on? Like, I want to, where's Jason? Like, what's going on? Why are there, like, you know, there's body hopping and body horror in this movie. So, now the idea of Jason being able to possess others' bodies, how does that change the dynamic of the horror compared to previous films for you guys?
Oh, well, you don't know who's who.
Yeah.
Anybody can be Jason.
The rule, and again, like the new Nightmare, the rules are different. Now it's not just Jason following you around. Like he's everywhere. Like the rules are completely reset. So it's a whole nother ball game, man. It's even scarier, to be honest, because at least you know who the enemy is. But then in this movie, it's like it could be your own family. Like, I mean, it could be your freaking grandma. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's the paranoia of not knowing where
Yep.
he's at. Like in a lot of ways, it really does remind me of The Thing. You know, or Invasion of the
Yeah.
Body Snatchers. You don't know who to trust, right? Oh, thanks, Alexander. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
As always, thank you, Alexander.
Yes, thank you.
Guys, go check out Alexander's Instagram too. I mean, those.
Oh, that's been great.
It's phenomenal, those collages, and it's just absolutely stunning.
Very timely with what we just covered, which I thought was awesome.
With the text chainsaw, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So Kane Hodder's physical portrayal of Jason is obviously very iconic, but did the new body hopping concept make him feel less threatening to you guys?
Man, I mean, for me, I felt like it was the same amount of threatening because, again, it was like an unforeseen like enemy. Like you didn't know who it was, and they still had like that strength of Jason, but they were like in normal bodies almost. And it was also cool to see Kane like outside of the mask, like being a cop, and just kind of him standing there and just being like normal. Like it was really cool to see him get that, like actually see his face in the movie.
For sure. What about you, Jordan? What'd you think?
I don't think it took away from anything. It's definitely it's a different kind of scary, different kind of fear than your other Jasons. Yeah, I mean, even at the end when they're at that in the house, and what was it? Wasn't that Pamela Voorhees' house? The Voorhees house, that whole fight scene. I mean, Jason is still scary as ever. Kane Hodder, the brute of a man he is, right? Very scary, but also to GC's point, you don't know who is who. Like, I mean, throughout the movie, even the characters, there's a couple scenes where they don't know if this guy is Jason or is he not. We don't know.
I know it constantly had you guessing, what was
Mhm.
going on. I think that that's where Adam Marcus definitely shined, with the direction he took this in. I mean, it sets it up so perfectly in the beginning of the movie. You really do think that this is going to be falling into like the same tropes that you've gotten from this franchise, and it flips everything on its head,
Mhm.
and you get this very different take on the movie. And I think that that's what I truly appreciate about it on so many levels, just because um this is definitely, like I said, it was a breath of fresh air when it came to all the other movies that come out before it.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think the movie gives enough focus to Jason as a character, or does the mythology overshadow him?
And I felt like it was interesting. Like it's different, right? Because it's not focusing on just the body, the figure of Jason, but they're definitely diving in a little bit more, especially like family and all that stuff. But to me, it felt like a good balance. It just felt like a breath of fresh air. Felt new, compared to the same repetitive. He comes back, horny teenagers, slashes, dices, and then dies, and then comes back again. Like I felt like it was a good refresh that was needed for the franchise.
I would
Absolutely.
say it does take away, not in a bad way, from Jason the physical character, and focuses more on the spirit of Jason, because we know something. There's obviously not something. Jason's not normal.
Yeah.
And it gives a lot of answers to that with the whole Necronomicon idea, which was probably very controversial when that first came out. And especially when Adam Marcus basically made that statement, hey, he's a Deadite.
Yeah.
I'm sure that divided a lot of fans, but it makes sense when you explain it. And I like that take. I actually do.
Yeah.
I think it's what we always talked about, like when you're a teenager and you're just getting into these horror franchises, like, well, what if you crossed
Mhm.
over this with, this franchise, or, you had the, Michael Myers, versus, Pinhead or something, you know what I mean? It's just
Mhm.
that, what if they existed in the same universe or whatever the case is? So, to see that there's like legitimate glue that binds, Jason Voorhees and Friday the 13th to Evil Dead. I
Mhm.
don't know. I think that that's pretty sick. I'm not
And
gonna lie.
Hellraiser.
It
Hell,
might
dude.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and Hellraiser, man. Imagine a scene where, right, Jason gets dragged to hell by Freddy, and then you have Pinhead saying, "Well, welcome," and he's just like waiting for him. I know that was like,
We have such sights to show you.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Like, just imagine, like, our minds in high school, all three of us, we probably would have just like exploded. Like, it would have been like freaking like scanner style, just freaking.
I
all
I
over.
want to see an Ash versus Jason so bad.
We
Oh,
need it.
it'd be
Adam
special.
Marcus.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, there's still time.
And I want to do a quick not so shameless plug, but it's mainly for you guys. Guys, if you guys are still on here with us hitting the 2 hour mark watching, make sure to check out the freaking iconic interview that these guys had with Adam Marcus. I
Okay.
mean, he's going to break stuff down that a lot of us probably didn't even know, and I mean, it was so much fun, and we're talking about this movie obviously, so I had to throw it in there because I loved it, man. You guys killed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you,
thank you.
man.
Friend of the both of our YouTube channels, friend of the podcast. So it was definitely a really special experience getting to hear it straight from the source himself, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
to hear him break it down about, the Evil Dead connections, and how the final scene where we see, Freddy's claw come out. I don't know. It's pretty surreal that we had that experience.
It makes
Uh,
it more special too, man, because I mean, that's the best thing. Like, you'll watch a movie and I'll be like, it's not too bad. But then you hear the behind the scenes and you're like, okay, this is getting better. And then you hang out with the damn director and he's telling you like all this behind the scenes stuff that sometimes doesn't get put in these physical releases. And I mean, to me, that's just, I mean, you can't beat that, man. There's no price on that.
no, and I feel like we definitely took away. I mean, we learned a lot, and also gave us, like, I feel like, a deeper appreciation for the movies. So,
Yeah.
hopefully everyone else can appreciate as much as we do. But now, where were you guys at on Creighton Duke as a character? Because I
I
think
would just made a comment about him.
he's like, just I would definitely say he's one of the more memorable characters that we get in the franchise.
I
It's
love
fun.
him.
He's fun.
Well, straight from the horse's mouth, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
He should have got a spin-off, man, or
well,
something.
he kind of, anyways, you have to go watch our interview. But he's like a Van Helsing. I mean, he's so
Yeah.
cool. So cool.
One of the more badass characters compared to a lot of like the camp counselors that we get most of the time. I don't think they definitely don't etch out a lasting legacy in my mind compared to Creighton Duke.
Yeah, well, I love the scene with him and I forget the character's name, but they're in the jail cell and he's asking him questions and he goes, "It comes at a price. Are you willing to pay? You ready to pay up?"
Crazy.
Dislocates his finger.
So how do you guys feel like the supernatural elements here compare to earlier entries, more grounded slasher approach? So obviously this takes some swings for the franchise. Do you guys like the supernatural elements compared to what we had gotten previously?
Definitely. I mean, it explained a lot more as far as for like kind of what he is, because we're always. I mean, I always wondered. I was like, how does he keep coming back? Like, I mean, he like Jesus Christ, like this guy can not be put down. Like, no way he was. I mean, obviously as a kid he's like deformed and all that stuff. But it's like, what is he? And then this movie's really kind of like solidifies. It's like, okay, this is, at least from this interpretation from Adam Marcus, it's like this is what Jason is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, man. Like it didn't bother me, at least.
It was a very Evil Dead-esque, literally, supernatural element to it. Far cry from the whole Frankenstein type of supernatural resurrection that they gave him in 6.
Part 6. Yep.
Was it part 6? Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you're going to push it even further in the supernatural, it seems like a natural progression to go this route. And this one is pretty gory. I mean, it takes some definite swings as far as the gore factor, especially in the director's cut.
Yeah. No, it's definitely they definitely don't hold back on the gore. And I think that's part of the nice aspect about this movie compared to what were we talking about? Was it part 7 and part 8? Feels like it's very stripped back, in a lot of ways where you just don't get probably everything that we should have seen for those movies as far as like the kill sequences. But now, do you remember renting this one as a new like Jason movie back in the VHS days? Did the cover art make it feel extra intense when you saw it?
It definitely pulled me in, but I remember obviously like renting it way later on, man. I think I rented it back in 2003, 2002. So I know I probably saw snippets of it on TV, but like really watching the whole thing was around that time. So I mean, almost 10 years later.
Yeah, mine wasn't VHS. My first time seeing this was renting a DVD copy of it.
Okay.
So it wasn't VHS, it was DVD. But yeah, man, it was definitely, like you said, it drew you in with the fire. And then I remember seeing, I was like, well, where's Jason? What in the world? And it wasn't until I got a little older that I started to appreciate it more. And especially as of recently, especially after talking to Adam Marcus,
absolutely.
It gives you a whole new level of appreciation for the film.
Yeah.
It definitely, when I first saw it, I was a little taken back and just, okay, well, we've got this entire movie, no Jason, what's going on here? We have this random dude eating people's hearts and taking a tent spike or tent stake or whatever. And so, but, and I mean, what do you guys think about the whole introducing the, sorry,
Good
comments.
Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy. Oh man.
I feel like we're talking in Chris right now. Good night, Chris.
That's all I was like.
Good night, moon. Good night, stars.
Good night, sweet prince.
This is enough. What do you guys think about them giving him a family and he had a sister and the whole backstory to Jason Voorhees' character?
I liked it, man. I feel like it made it even more I don't know, like it grounded it a little bit more to me
Mhm.
because obviously we've always loved the character. We're like freaking Jason's badass, but then and growing up, seeing him as a kid and seeing what happened to him, feeling bad, cheering for him for getting revenge. It's like, dude, they get what they get because they did this to this poor kid. But then seeing too that it was like he was normal once and he had a family and he turned into this and his mother, either I think turned him into it or something. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was again like refreshing instead of just like one. Like I think this was a good example of when we talked about Text Chainsaw yesterday, where sometimes you don't need the full explanation because it does harm the image, like with Leatherface. But then with this, I mean, it didn't really harm it for me. I still thought Jason's scary as hell. He's like a rabid dog after revenge,
Yeah, I kind of have a different take on it. Like I know the intent and I appreciate that. But for me, I think in my mind, I think the whole idea of Chainsaw 3D, get him cuz type of thing, right? Almost makes you drink. So
line.
that's the only part that I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole family thing. But I am curious what they're going to do for the TV show if
Yeah.
they're going to make that officially canon moving forward, where he has, a sister and all that stuff.
Do you think that's part of the plan to like eventually they feel like if they hit the end of the road, they could continue it with a sister, like a sibling to keep Jason going? Or do you think that's just like, he has a sister, she'll play some type of role and that's it?
I have no clue what honestly, I don't think they're going to touch it.
No, I
think
would be
at
surprised.
least for the first couple of seasons, they're going to play it safe.
Because I think that, I mean, that would be something I could see maybe down the line to kind of build out the mythos. But I think right from the rip, I am sure they're most likely going to just be covering, it sounds like the early days of Pamela Voorhees and how things came to be, at Camp Crystal Lake. But all right, well, I'm going to throw it off to everyone listening. But if you guys want us to do a part 3 to this video in the near future, drop a comment down below. So I just want to give a huge thanks to both Jordan and GC for joining me tonight for After Dark. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. So guys, where can the viewers find you two at? And do you guys have anything coming up that you want to promote?
Jordan.
Yeah, you can find me the Movie Den over on YouTube, Instagram, mainly those two, Twitter or X. And tomorrow, actually, I have me, Steve, and Chris, as you saw, our sweet baby boy who showed up in the chat, is going to be joining us with a Gare from Born to Be Rad. We're going to be talking about 1979 films, which actually reminds me, I need to watch 2 more. So I got to somehow get those in.
Them earlier.
Yeah, that's one of them I have to watch.
Yep.
So sneak peek. But so that's happening. I think next, I want to say it's next Friday. I can't remember. A&B Horror. I'm going to be on his podcast. We're going to be interviewing, oh my gosh, Todd Russell. It's terrible. I should know his name.
I think it was Todd. Yeah, Todd. I know it's from part 2.
Guy
right?
who played Scott from part 2 was in Chopping Mall. So we're interviewing him.
Sick.
So really excited for that, which means I just have to go pick up Chopping Mall. It's cheap. It's a Vestron title. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I just did a review today on Anthropophagus and Absurd. So
good.
You guys can go check out that review. Those are great Italian horror movies. Second one's more American, but still great movies. So go check out that review. And next week, just hanging out with these lovely faces again. So
there we go.
Did you see what you got?
Well, man, I'm a little busy, not as busy as Jordan, man, but like, it's hard to follow after that. But as far as for me, I do have a new video I put out this week on my channel. So you could find me at Face the Movies on YouTube, and then on Instagram, Face the Movies. These two is where I'm most active. The recent video I put out, if you guys enjoy VHS, rare VHS, Blu-ray soundtracks, you like Criterion, you enjoy sales, Barnes and Noble, this video has a little bit of everything plus a special announcement on there. Now, I just finished right before this. I actually finished recording an episode for season 2, episode 5 for my podcast with my co-host Lee. He was actually on there earlier commenting from Cinema Whiplash. And it's for our podcast Friday Night Fright Night. Hoping to have that out this coming Friday towards the evening. So that way you guys could go into the weekend with something nice and scary to listen to. This episode it's not just a deep dive, but it's a bit of review on weapons. So if you haven't seen it, it is completely spoiler filled, but it is a good deep dive. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's almost an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. And going forward, next week, Tuesday, Cinema Rewind episode 12, we're doing The Conjuring to celebrate the 4K
Can't
release. So obviously these two gorgeous gentlemen up here, my co-hosts, we're going to be doing that. And then same thing, next Friday, another podcast episode, trying to pump them out every week. And you can find those episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and I have the videos on my channel on YouTube as well. So you could enjoy that. And last but not least, I do want to do a little selfless plug. But if you guys are looking for movies, we just did an episode yesterday live of Cinema Rewind where we talked about the Texas Chainsaw 2003 and 2006. But if you're looking for copies on 4K, check out valoriavideo.com. Use code FaceTheMovies10 to get 10% off your order. And if for any reason they're out of stock, check out the Movie Room, Movie Den 10, and we can hook up Jordan over here. He'll hook you up with 10%. So either way, check out these amazing companies. Support small business, and that's
support physical media.
Support physical media, and that's the best way to support us because obviously, when we do sell stuff, like we do get a commission. We're never going to sell you on crap. So if we recommend something because we thoroughly do love it, make sure to comment, subscribe, guys. That really helps our channels, and most importantly, helps us kind of amped up the production value of this stuff. I mean, the work that Steven has put in for this episode, Cinema Rewind, all this stuff. Like, we love you guys, and yeah, that's it for me.
And as always, you guys can find me at After Hours Video. I'm Steven, your host for tonight. So for for Beyond the Blood, we have actually a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ranking that we're going to be doing coming up here in the next couple days. And then got a number of other exciting things in the works with Beyond the Blood. So you guys can check us out. It's me and my co-host Chris who run that, so feel free to reach out to us on there. And as always, you guys can find me at After Hours Video on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. So outside of that, so from the VHS covers that grabbed our attention to the late night rentals that kept us up past bedtime, tonight was a celebration of a decade that redefined what it meant to be scared. So we'll see you next on After Dark, where the scares never sleep. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.